Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen, and we just received some terrible news. Um, we got the shocking death of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt passed away today, very suddenly, very quickly, and we're going to discuss his legacy in the WWE. We also lost Terry Funk as well, but Bray Wyatt. The news just broke a while ago, ladies and gentlemen, and it's sad. It this is really shocking. It's really sad. Um, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, Bray Wyatt came to the WWE the first time as the Fiend, and he was great. The fans loved the Fiend and the Firefly Funhouse and everything else that Bray Wyatt cooked up in his head and brought it to the WWE universe. Then Wyatt was let go. He returned to the WWE for a second time. He did get a pop in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, but after that, the fire went out again. Wyatt was then disappeared from WWE TV, and there were rumors saying that Wyatt was going to return to the WWE, but that did not materialize. Now Bray Wyatt has passed, and we're gonna discuss it with our panelists tonight, and we're gonna discuss it with everyone in between. So, plus, ladies and gentlemen, we have AEW Dynamite, and we also have the predictions for All In, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of wrestling news that we got to get to. So we got a lot to discuss here tonight on the Wrestling Experience. And we welcome you all to the show and welcome to the streams. And here we go.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, the Wrestling Experience. Now with your host Earl Cole.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. As I said before, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a very, very interesting night, and it's not an interesting in a good way. We lost Bray Wyatt, and we're going to discuss that, and we're going to discuss Dynamite. We're also going to do All In predictions here tonight, and we have a couple of wrestling news to get to. So let me just bring on my first panelist. She's been on my show many times over, and she hasn't been on the Wrestling Experience in a very long time, and I miss her to pieces. And I'm glad that she accepted my invitation. I'm glad that she's here. And ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the return of Christina the Diva. Let's add her to the screen.
Hello, Earl. So good to finally join you again. It's been so long.
Yes, Christina, and thank you so much for accepting my invitation. And
Hmm.
you look great as always. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. And it's always good to see you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring on the newest member of the Hardcore Sports Network, and she's been helping me with all of my streams, and she's been very instrumental in everything that we do here at the Hardcore Sports. Please help me welcome the one and the only Sarah is here. Let's add her to the screen.
Hi,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yes.
Hi,
Hi,
Sarah.
Christina.
Nice
It's
to
so
meet
nice.
you.
It's nice to meet you too.
So ladies, welcome. This is the first time I've had the two of you on the wrestling experience. So, you know something, every time I do this show, I'm always doing first everything. It's first this, first that, first this, first that, first this, first that, and then I finish the stream, and everybody comes to me and say, "How do you do it? How do you do what you do?" And I said, "I can't tell you what I do, and then that's the problem because I don't know what I did." Anyway, anyway, anyway,
There is a saying, there is a first time for everything. So,
That's
Exactly,
true.
exactly. So, ladies, here's what's on the menu tonight. We're going to be discussing AEW Dynamite. Then we're going to be predicting All In, and then I'm going to do some wrestling news. But before we get to that, ladies, what is your thoughts on the death of Bray Wyatt?
I'm shook. I'm completely shook. My brother texted me like not too long ago because he's a streamer. He's a streamer for video games and such. He said on his stream that Bray Wyatt passed away. I said, "Wait a minute, what?" And then to find out that Triple H really tweeted about it, I I am at a loss for words. I cannot believe this. Yesterday we lost Terry Funk, and today we lost Bray Wyatt. Like I'm I can't even process it. It's so hard. I can't. I I just feel like why? Like he was so anticipated for his return. They had seen reports saying that he was literally on his way to returning to the ring, and then all of a sudden he passes away. Like it's so crazy. I can't put into words how crazy it is, and it's heartbreaking.
Sarah, what do you think?
I'm gutted. Like
Same.
genuinely gutted. Um, he was so creative. He was such a creative person with the things he would come up with, and he was so wonderful with the fans.
Absolutely.
And just oh, I'm still like kind of shaking a little bit. Like it's really hard to hear. And so young, so young. I mean, he's younger than
Absolutely.
me. I mean, that's
Absolutely. Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm literally trying to hold back tears. It's just so hard to even process his death. Like seeing Triple H tweeted and Damian Priest tweeted, the whole wrestling world is tweeting about it. And when you see that everybody's tweeting about it, you know it's real. And
Yep.
unfortunately, it is. And I'm just like, I'm at a loss for words. Like Sarah says, she's gutted. I'm gutted, heartbroken, everything. Like every emotion is coming out right now. I can't put it
Yeah,
into words.
yeah. I'll say this. I I was, when Bray Wyatt first came into the WWE, and they did the Fiend gimmick and
Hmm.
everything else in the Fiend gimmick, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything else. I was kind of like upset because they took that gimmick and they ran it into the ground. They
Hmm.
Yep.
really didn't do it justice, that Fiend character. And I said this on my show many times over, that should have been used on special occasions as they did the Demon with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that is what they should have done with the character. They
Hmm.
shouldn't have never let the character go at full time, at full speed, because
Yeah.
it was too much for the audience to just grasp their head around this character and the Firefly Funhouse and everything else. So in essence, the WWE ruined the Fiend character. And I I had said that, but I'll tell you this much, ladies. I'll tell you this much. I am in shock. I am in total shock because I remember his second run in the WWE. He failed to capture the spark that he did the first time with the audience. And the WWE really didn't know how to hone in on that character. And that was their fatal mistake. And I've heard so many rumblings about him coming back
Yep.
and
Me too.
everything. And I heard that he had illnesses, he had this going on. I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I was in Madison Square Garden, and I guess I can now safely say that I saw the Fiends. I saw his last performance in Madison Square Garden in front of a house show, and I'll tell you something, folks. He like these lovely ladies have said, he captured America and he captured the audience because especially the little kids, they love seeing that special
Oh
lighting,
yeah.
the
Absolutely,
music,
yes.
the music, the lighting, the mood, the whole atmosphere. If you've never seen him live, come through a curtain or something, it's just, I don't know. It's almost like Undertaker like. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost
Yes.
like that. It's
Yes.
almost like that. It's
Uh-huh.
Yep.
almost like that, except that the arena's not cold. But it's just that it's the smoke. It's the cell phone lights. It's everything. It's just a spectacle. And when you look around like an 18,000 seat arena and you see all these lights on and stuff like that, you knew you were in for something special.
Mhm.
And Bray Wyatt was that. He was a special character. He was somebody that in this business you would really want in your corner because of his mind for what he can produce and what he can create and what he could bring to the table. You would want to be hungry for that kind of a mind.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Absolutely. And I can safely say that I was very blessed that my brother and we went to Raw 30 in Philadelphia and we saw Bray Wyatt live when he was with The Undertaker and LA Knight, and the atmosphere, it was amazing. So my brother and I are blessed to at least finally get to see him live. And I never thought we would ever get to see him live at that time, especially now since he passed. And what
Yeah.
breaks my heart even more is that my one of my girlfriends, Cherry, I know Earl knows her, Bray Wyatt hugged Josie at a live event. So that hurts so much more. And to be honest with you, I am very blessed and grateful that my girl, my brother, and myself, we all got a chance to see Bray Wyatt at least once live. And
Yeah,
it makes it even more special for us.
yeah, it is. It is. Folks, it reminded me, it reminds me of the time when I saw Eddie Guerrero perform his last performance at WrestleMania in Los Angeles.
Oh my god.
And sitting in that arena, ladies and gentlemen, in the Staples Center and seeing this man perform, I would have never have thought, I would have never have thought in my head that this would have been the last time I laid my eyes on Eddie Guerrero.
Right.
I would have never have thought of that.
Speaking of Eddie Guerrero, finding out about his passing, I cried. I cried like the almost a whole week when that happened. To find out, my mother told me, and it was in the paper. It was all over, and I said, "Wait a minute, what?" And then like when they did the tributes from Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, I just lost it. I cried. I freaking
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah, again, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, life is short. Life is short, ladies and gentlemen. Our tomorrows are not guaranteed. It's just not. And I've said this a million times over. I said it to Jeffrey before he passed too. I said, Jeffrey, I said, you have to take care of your health.
Yep.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
don't feel good. If you don't feel good or you don't look good, walk yourself to the nearest clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Call your primary care doctor
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
and take care of yourself
Yep.
Yep.
because there's no one out there that's going to do it but you.
Yep.
Exactly. And life is short, life is precious, and don't take it for granted.
No, live your life to the fullest, ladies and gentlemen. Go out
Ex-
there and you get some things off your bucket list, see what you can see, explore what you can explore, and relive and rewind.
that part, absolutely.
Yep.
Yes. So, um, ladies and gentlemen, on a lighter note, ladies and gentlemen, um, we're going to discuss Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Let me ask the two of you something, and I always ask this of my guests on my show. What did you think of the overall build for last night's Dynamite? I'll start with Christina. Mm.
The overall bills for last night for All In, I mean, I gotta say it was better than it was last week, because last week with that Texas Chainsaw Death Match. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to relive it. I don't want to see it again. That was a hot, bloody ass mess. And I thought the Army of the Dead one between Damian Priest and The Miz was bad, but I had to rewatch that and say, yeah, that part wasn't that bad. This one was actually a little better than watching that what happened last week. But as Earl would say, I digress. But the but the overall build for last night for all it was way better, especially with the whole thing with MJF and Adam Cole. I'm not gonna lie, seeing how it's playing out, you don't know who's gonna turn. Who's really gonna do the turn? Will it be MJF or will it be Adam Cole? Because they're both showing signs like they're gonna turn, but as viewers, as wrestling fans, we don't know what's gonna happen. And also with the whole Stadium Stampede match coming on, I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be freaking epic. So, and to have All In as the biggest wrestling event in wrestling history in London, yeah, the build-up was great, and I just hope that this Sunday they will deliver on their promise on that.
Okay, Sarah, what do you think? Excuse me.
I thought the buildup was great. They added more to all of the stories that are going to be told at All In. I mean, you got more to MJF and Adam Cole. You got more with the Ray Phoenix aspect. You know, him being taken to the hospital in the ambulance. So you had more added to Stadium Stampede. You had more added to the story between Darby and Sting versus Swerve and now Christian. So there's more added to all of these stories. And yeah, I thought they did, and like Christina said, I second what she said, where she mentioned that they did much better this week than they did last week. Much better.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with all two of your assessments. I'm going to agree with the assessment. I thought that this go home show was far better than last week.
Yes.
Far better, light years better than last week.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't. I think I did the stream with Mitch. I think it was me and Mitch that did the show that Christina is talking about with that Texas chainsaw thing. I'll tell you
No,
this much.
it was
It,
actually me.
it was actually you, yes, Sarah. Thank
It
you
was
very
Oh,
much.
me.
It was Sarah. Yes.
It was me.
Okay. Thank you. You see, where I forget, ladies and gentlemen, she fills in the donut hole, ladies and gentlemen. She puts it right there. She puts the cream and the berries and everything right in there. And she serves it to you.
may I may I
Go
say,
ahead.
Sarah? May I
Yeah.
say, Sarah? I want to give you an apology in advance for you having to witness that horrendous freaking match
I
at
Oh
know.
Texas.
well, I'll tell
I was
you.
like, what is happening?
I'll tell you this
Sorry.
much. I tell you this much. It reminded all that lighting and stuff and all that shenanigans that was going on there.
Oh, that was
It
terrible.
reminded me. It reminded me of a police raid when they were going into a cheap brothel. That's what it was like. And I'm like, and all, and all the hookers are running out like roaches.
Oh
Anyway,
my
ladies and
god!
gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
Dang!
I'm sorry.
Oh my
Oh
No.
goodness.
my, I'm sorry.
But hey, don't
I'm,
apologize. Don't apologize. That is actually a great
That is an awesome
analogy.
analogy.
I'm
I love
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but
Oh, that
that's what
is
it was
so
like.
funny. It is.
I
That's what
mean,
it was.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That
So
was it.
You're not wrong.
That's what it was reminded me of. Where's the exit? Anyway.
where's the lie? There's no lie.
And the John is going out the window. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Um, all right, all right. So let's talk about this first match. It was Ray Phoenix. It was Ray Phoenix and John Moxley. The match was fine. The match was fine. I had a good time with it. I thought it was really good. What I didn't care for was the end. You know,
Yeah.
the old tire iron trick.
Yeah.
And they were beating of course, they beat the stew out of Ray Phoenix. They did.
They
um,
did.
they did. Let me go to Sarah first. Sarah, what did you make of the match?
I thought, like you said, I thought the match was good. I thought the match was fine, but you and I are on the same wavelength as far as shenanigans are concerned.
Yes.
I don't care if it's once in a while, but everybody uses they're overused. It's exhausting. And it's just it, and I'll use another one of Earl's sayings. It takes away the ambiance of the match. It takes away from the nuances in the match because it's like when you have shenanigans like that, you are completely discrediting the match that we just watched. All the hard work that those two men did in the ring is completely out the window now because of all the nonsense that's going on. I mean, I think there could have been a better way to write Ray Phoenix off of TV for the time being, other than having him have his head beat in with a tire iron. But that's just me.
Christina, what did you think of the match?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. The match was good. I'm not gonna lie. The match was good. Oh, and by the way, John Moxley didn't bleed this time, so that's a plus in our book. But
It's a
I
rare occurrence.
exactly. But like I said, the match was good. I just didn't like the ending with the whole hitting Ray Phoenix over the head with that crowbar, whatever you want to call it. But what really got me was Santana's return. And on top of that, him aligning with John Moxley and the Blackpool Combat Club, him and Ortiz,
Yeah.
yeah, that was like shocker for me. And the look on Eddie Kingston's face was like a pure disbelief. And I feel for the guy because those were his boys before Santana got injured last year. And he's been out since last year. So for Santana Ortiz to come back and to align with the Blackpool Combat Club, this Stadium Stampede match at all is going to be very interesting.
Yep.
And so I'm looking forward to that. But I feel for Eddie Kingston and the way they carted out Ray Phoenix. I mean, every time they do that, I worry because it hits me hard. And I just didn't like the way that they write him out. Also, I don't like the way the Blackpool Combat Club takes off Penta's masks. I hate that.
That.
I hate it with a passion. I despise it with a
Agreed.
passion. They were to do it in Mexico, you get disqualified. So
Yeah.
that's no bueno. So for me, the match was good. I didn't like the ending, but I also was really surprised that Santana and Ortiz literally aligned themselves with the Blackpool Combat Club. And I feel for Kingston. I feel for him because those were his boys, and he felt betrayed by them. So that's my assessment on the match.
And great assessment by both of you, by the way. I agree with both your assessments. I thought the match was great. Great chemistry, great nuance in the ring. Again, like I said, me and Sarah agree. We both do not like the shenanigans. Again, it's almost like a rejected Christmas gift that you keep getting, and they keep passing it around to other people. Um,
Like, what the heck?
eh,
I didn't ask for socks.
right, right,
Oh,
right.
I didn't ask for a lump of coal. Dang.
Right, right,
Right?
right, right. Or that horrible fruitcake. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Ew.
Anyway, ladies and
Right.
gentlemen. Anyway, yeah, I don't like shenanigans in the match. It just takes away from the nuance and everything else that's in the match. It just takes a mystique away, and I just can't take that. I am a pro person of that. I just want to see something clean. That's all I ask for. I'm not asking for anything. But
Mhm.
anyway, they needed something to do here to write him up because he can't fly to London. Um, and speaking of London, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you all know that AEW staff did land in London safely this afternoon, and they have done the construction inside this Wembley Stadium. And I'll tell you something, folks. The stage and everything looks impressive. What Tony Khan has come up with I don't think the aisle is going to be too long. I think it's going to be a little shorter than what he was looking for. But on the other hand, I think it'll look great on camera the way he wants it done. So I think everything that he's going to come up with for this show is going to be great. The crowd, they've asked all of the crowd to come early to this stadium because there's going to be a huge traffic problem in and
Oh,
around that stadium. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, the total attendance for this show it stands at 83,745. So
oh my goodness gracious! Holy crap!
so it's going to
That's
be
crazy.
massive.
Woo!
The crowd
Oh
is
my
going
god!
to be massive, and it's going to look good on camera. It's going to look great on camera, and Tony Khan should be very proud of himself because this show will be historic.
Oh,
It's going
absolutely.
to be
Oh
historic
yeah.
on every level. This show, ladies and gentlemen, has outsold WrestleMania 3. It has surpassed SummerSlam in the same building. And, ladies and gentlemen, it has garnered the most buys on the pay per view. So,
Holy
people
smokes!
Wow.
are going to be buying this pay per view. They are going to embrace this pay per view. And Tony Khan, so far, ladies and gentlemen, has made almost $9.5 million in ticket sales.
Holy crap! Oh my goodness!
So
That's
he is
nuts.
that is a large revenue, and he's still
Mm-hmm.
not done yet in that department because there are going to be walk-up seats.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon, there are going to be walk-up seats. People are going to be coming into the stadium and says, "Hey, you got any more room up there?" They probably will open up some upper level seating that they may not wanted to use, and Tony
Right.
Khan will probably say, "Hey, release these seats." And people will probably get to that upper level and they'll sit in those seats so that the attendance may balloon even more. We don't know, but right now as it stands, it's the number that I just said. It's the number I just said, and it is going to be a massive show. This
Oh,
show is going to be
Crazy.
massive. There is almost 12 matches on this show, ladies and gentlemen. 12.
Oh my
And
woo!
god.
I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a long evening of wrestling, but I think we're going to be in for something very special, very unique, and it's going to put AEW on the map for sure. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't think other representatives from other countries are not going to be sitting at ringside, seeing the crowd, seeing what they see, and seeing how successful the show is. You are sadly mistaken because there are people from Australia. There's probably people from other countries that probably will come to Tony Khan and says, you know what? You can tape your show in our stadium and beam it right back to the United States and we'll
Mm-hmm.
give you the money, we'll give you the insurance, we'll give you everything, and we'll give you the building. You bring your boys, you bring your talent, bring them here, and you do a show here. Because I'll tell you this much later: if this show is successful here, can you imagine Tony Khan doing a tape show in Australia?
Holy
Oh my
snap!
god.
Oh my
Can
god!
That's
you
Hello,
imagine that in the
down under.
summertime? In the summertime, and he tapes it. Let's say he tapes a Dynamite in Australia, and he beams it right here to the United
wow.
States the next week.
Whew! I'll be like, holy smokes! Here we go.
I mean,
Right?
this company is going to turn heads this Sunday. I'm telling you.
You know,
I'm
and it
telling.
makes me wonder too if somehow, with depending on how all in goes, and I mean, it's already successful in the ticket sales that you mentioned, Earl.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if after all in happens, if this would open up AEW to the possibility of being able to go to Saudi, like how WWE does, or to India, like how WWE does. If those types of governments would be approaching them.
Well, like I said, anything is possible in the world of wrestling. Anything is possible. If
Mhm.
you have a successful outing like this, because this is their first time in London, I'll tell you this much:
Yeah.
if this show is successful the way it's on track to be, now I'll tell you this much: like the build for this show is not has been lackluster. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. There's no wiggle room around that.
Mhm.
But what I think he's going to do is give us a receipt. And I think that that is exactly what he's going to do this Sunday. I think that these matches will blow you away
Mhm.
and the crowd. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine the crowd noise for Kenny Omega,
Yeah.
Moxley,
Oh, it's gonna be nuts.
Yuta,
I said this.
Orange Cassidy?
I said this last night. Imagine all those fans singing Chris Jericho's theme
I'm,
song.
Yes, do this. Yep.
yeah, can you imagine?
That's gonna be insane.
That's gonna
And
be freaking epic.
and I'll tell you this
Yeah.
much, ladies and gentlemen, extra high definition cameras have been hired to take film
Oh
of the
wow.
entire so can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, you
Wow.
looking out, we're going to be on the air at 11:40, ladies and gentlemen, in the morning. And when we turn on our televisions, ladies and gentlemen, and we look out at the vast audience, can you imagine the ring is going to look like this and the audience is going to look like that? it's
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
going to be, I mean, even as a ring announcer walking on that set, I would be nervous. I would be
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I'll be like that. I would, because I'm looking at the audience. I'm like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Uh,
Right.
right?
because you're going from a 10,000 seat arena, an 18,000 seat arena, to over 90,000 arena.
Whew. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's
That is a huge, huge
Ooh,
jump. A
that
huge
is
jump.
a milestone jump.
Uh huh.
And Tony Khan did it. He did it.
Hmm.
He did it. He needs to sit back and enjoy the ride.
Absolutely.
Sit behind that gorilla, come out on stage and greet the audience, and look at what you did.
I have a feeling that's gonna happen. What you say on Sunday, he'll probably gonna come out, start the show, and all that. If that happens, I will be freaking like screaming.
And the crowd is going to be chanting, "Thank you." Can you imagine that? Thank you, Tony.
Oh
oh
my god.
man.
That audience saying that, or the fans probably going to chant, "This is wrestling."
Hmm.
Yep.
That is gonna happen.
I have a feeling all of that's going to happen. I just know it.
Hmm.
I just know it. And I think the crowd is going to be so hot for this show. They're not going to get up out of their seat one bit. They're not even going to bother with the concession stand. They want to sit there and watch every piece of match unfold in front of them.
They probably only want to go to the bathroom. If I'm just saying.
Right.
have a 2 liter bottle connected to the
Yeah.
to the seat. Anyway,
Yes.
anyway, anyway.
That's if you could get entry for that.
Right. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, so let's talk about this next match. Sky Blue took on Ruby Soho. The match was okay. The match was okay. I'm not going to say I want to see it again. No, I don't want to see it again. No,
No.
it's okay. It's okay for me. Once is enough. But the match was fine for what it
Yeah.
was. I like Sky Blue. She's good at what she does. She's improving in her wrestling. Everything is fine with her. She needs more matches under her belt for me to even discuss her in a kind of championship package or anything like that. I can't say that about her right now. She still needs some more stuff underneath her belt. Um, I'm gonna go with Sarah first. Sarah, let me ask you a question. What do you think about Sky Blue, and what do you think about the match?
I thought the match was good. The match was all right. It wasn't awful by any means. But I totally agree in that Sky Blue really she needs more opportunities to wrestle, whether it's on TV or off TV, so she can hone her skills. a little bit. But she has improved. She's greatly improved from where she once was. So that's just, that's what I think. And I understand everybody goes crazy over her wearing the wrestling shorts that she wears, but I feel like that's a bit of, and people, and they talk about it, and whatnot. And I think that is demeaning in a way, because you should be focusing on her wrestling. You shouldn't be focusing on what her bottom looks like in a pair of shorts.
Mm,
So
mm. Christina,
that's
what do
just
you
what
think?
I think.
Yeah, Christina, what do you think?
The match was okay. I mean, I do like Sky Blue. I do like she's getting better and improving every week. I would like to see her get more notches, more matches under her belt, so that way a lot of us wrestling fans can be more invested in her. But the bigger picture is the AEW Women's Fatal Four Way match for the Women's Championship. And I remember Ruby Soho saying that two of my best friends are gonna be vying for the belt. You gotta think that matches everyone for themselves. You mean to tell me that Tony Storm and what's her face, Soraya, are gonna be buddy buddy during that match? No, I don't think so. It's everyone for themselves. I guarantee you, if there's gonna be like some type of tension within them two, it's gonna happen, and that's what I'm looking at for All In. But when it comes to the match is okay. I felt like Sky Blue can do better, and I'm just over it with the Outcasts. I'm over them already. They're
Oh
just
yeah.
they just bore me to death. God forgive me for saying it, but they just bore me to death. I'm over them because they always like to cheat to win. They always use the sprays so they can gain the advantage and to win. Nah, I'm done with that. So, but like I said, when it comes to the Fatal Four Way Women's match, it's everyone for themselves. I guarantee you. Saraya and Tony Storm, they're gonna duke it out at All In. That's my assessment on that.
I agree with both your assessment. But let me just go back to Sky Blue for a second. Um, yeah, I agree with Sarah with that. We have to treat women wrestlers with a little respect.
Mhm.
They are athletes like the men. They're not some object that you see, or that you want to have a feast with or anything like that. You have to respect the women a little bit better than that.
Right.
I've gone to wrestling matches, but I've seen some men make the most hideous comments that I just want to just open my hand and smack them up the side of their face. It was like, how would you like if that was your daughter in the ring and somebody was talking to you like that about your daughter? How would you feel about
Exactly.
that? How would you feel about that? And
Yeah.
they're talking all that
Exactly.
nasty stuff to your daughter and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. It's disgusting, and you
Now,
should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself
Yeah.
as a person,
yes.
for you to have those kind of thoughts. Um, you're looking at a show. It's just nothing else but that, and then you should be focusing on her athleticism, not anything else. Not what she wears in the
Exactly.
ring. Not what she wears
Exactly.
in the ring. That's irrelevant. Um,
Hmm.
she could come out in a curtain, and I wouldn't care. I mean,
Right.
as long as she can wrestle, as long as she can wrestle and she can
Yeah.
entertain me and she can sell well. Charlotte Flair. Anyway,
Telling you
anyway,
she's a robot.
right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Um, but anyway, the match the match was fine. The match was okay. The match was great.
Yeah.
And somebody said to me on Twitter, they said, "Well, why are you always down on women's wrestling? And do you like ladies?" And I'm like, "Look, listen, I'm not. Listen, let me explain something to you. When somebody is bad, whether it's a man or a woman, I critique them as I see it.
Right.
I'm not going to make comments just because I'm not favoring a man or favoring a woman. If they're bad in the ring, they're bad in the ring.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I have to do my job and I have to critique it. I can't sugarcoat it. I can't do anything about it. I'm not bashing a woman. All I'm saying is that you have to hone your craft a little bit better and you have to connect with the audience. That's all I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that I'm not saying I don't like her because she's a woman. That's false. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that the character she's portraying on television is not connecting with the audience, and therefore she needs to improve on something in that something is missing.
exactly. Exactly. I agree.
And that is exactly what I'm talking about. Not
And
Hmm.
it's
talking about
also,
anything else.
yep, and it's
Exactly.
not like you're being disrespectful about it either.
No.
You're always very respectful and you speak in a way that people can understand what you're saying, and you're being factual about it. You're being objective about it.
Right.
So that just sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me.
Yeah, it is it's a bunch of hooey. And
Yeah,
it's a bunch of hooey, and
Hmm.
your comment is not welcome here, and of course it's not going to be entertained. I critique things as I see it.
yep,
If I
I
like
agree.
it, I'll like it. If I don't, I don't. And if I want, and if I critique it and I think it needs tweaking, I will tell you what needs to be tweaked. And that's the bottom line here.
It's constructive criticism. People don't get that.
Right. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen, fans make wrestling. And since we make wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, we're investors and we want good product. So that is what I'm looking for because I've been a fan for a very long time, as everybody knows, and I like good things.
We do
Especially
too.
for yeah, especially if I'm
Of
putting
course.
my hard-earned dollars into it. I want
That's
something.
the
Absolutely.
point.
I want.
Absolutely.
I want something good.
Yep.
Absolutely. We are the ones that are purchasing the merchandise, their ticket sales, anything and everything that is related to wrestling. And when we are paying for it, we expect a good product, a
Yeah.
fantastic product. That's
Right.
what we are looking for.
Right. I don't want to invest in something that is not worth my time.
Exactly. Agreed.
Or how about, if people are entitled to have different opinions? Maybe, Earl, maybe you like something that I necessarily don't like, but that's okay.
That
And
part.
we
That
can
part.
agree to disagree. It is okay for somebody to think differently than you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree with that, sir. I agree with that totally. But like I said before, I'll say it again. I respect everyone's opinion. You are
Absolutely, you do.
entitled.
Same.
You
Yep.
and you are entitled to it, and I respect it. I may not
Absolutely.
agree with it 100% of the time, but I
Yeah,
will respect it, and
Right.
I
of
welcome
course.
it because when
Hmm.
you come on this show and you come on my show, I make you feel comfortable and I make you feel open. You have an opinion on the match. You have something to say about it. Then say it. If I don't agree with it, I'm going to say I respectfully disagree with your comment, but I still respect it. And
Yeah,
that
Right.
is the end of the conversation.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Uh huh. Agreed.
Of course.
Okay. What did you all make of the FTR segment with Renee Paquette?
Hmm. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually pretty excited for FTR versus Young Bucks 3. Now the question is, are they really gonna give the belts to the Young Bucks this time? Because FTR has been on a great run since they became tag team champions, and the Young Bucks, they're just as good as well. So it could go either way between them. So I
It
don't
could.
know. I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's what I like. I don't know what to expect. I like to expect the unexpected. If FTR retains, great. If the Young Bucks win it, that's great too. But we don't know what's gonna happen because they have a long history with each other, and it's gonna go down at all ends. So I thought the segment was pretty good between FTR and Young Bucks, even though they did several digging at each other. But that's the
Oh yeah.
purpose. That's the whole purpose of wrestling. You have to get subtle digs at your opponents to get them riled up, so that way the whole feud keeps the fans invested.
See,
So
see, you just get that shovel and you start throwing the dirt. Anyway,
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly. Exactly.
that's a
That's
really good analogy.
yeah, I like that. That's a
That's
good
really
one.
good. It makes
That's
it, but it makes sense.
it
yeah.
really
It makes
does.
sense.
So that's my assessment on the whole FTR Young Buck segment.
Sarah, what did you think?
I thought it was really good. It's again, it's continuing the story. They are continuing to build a story between these two teams. They're both excellent, very talented, very talented. And I'm really excited to see what kind of story they're going to be able to tell in the ring during the match. That's
Hmm.
what I'm excited about because you know it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
FTR, they don't have bad matches. The
No.
Young Bucks, they don't have a bad match. And I don't, don't get me wrong, people can have off nights, but
Right.
I think with the importance of this show, this is going to be great. And I'm really excited to see it. Really excited.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah. And you know something? I'll tell you something, Christina. You are welcome to watch our stream on All In this Sunday. When we go live at 11:40. Now I know that's a little early for you, but you can make sure that you have your pancakes ready, your coffee, and Sarah has agreed to wear a fascinator and everything like that. So we're just gonna we're gonna have a lot of fun this Sunday. We
Oh, trust me, I'll be up before 12 o'clock. That's for dang sure.
yeah. So we're.
I've been saying all week. I said Earl's making us stew for lunch on Sunday. So
Oh my god, I want some.
Yeah, I'll be giving it out. Trust me.
yes,
Yeah,
he
no.
will.
So yes, I will. And if you don't come correct, you'll be taken to the bull of the woods. Anyway,
Oh
ladies and
sh!
gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway,
Oh
ladies
my
and
god, that's
gentlemen.
great.
Oh my God. Anyway,
Oh my
welcome to the
goodness.
mothership.
I'm dead. This is great.
Oh my God, you're gonna have fun tonight. Oh boy. Oh.
It's always a
So
fun time.
yeah, it is. It is
It
with
is.
me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the the segment was great. I like the chemistry in the ring. I think number three is going to be fantastic. I think the match is going to be fantastic. This could possibly be, ladies and gentlemen, the match of the night for me. Um, versus the main event. Now we have to see what the main event produces, but I think that this number three, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to steal the show because these guys are not going to back down from each other at all.
No.
Nope.
They are going to do anything and everything to each other to make sure somebody makes that one fatal mistake, and then they will either retain the title on that mistake or they're going to cost the title on that mistake.
Yep.
So we're just gonna have to see what happens there. It is a swing of the pendulum, but we're gonna talk about the match when we go to our predictions. For sure, because I'm very curious to see what my panelists think because I have an opinion on it, and we're gonna see. We're gonna definitely see. Um, okay, so Renee Paquette interviews Adam Cole and MJF. What did you guys make of that?
Okay. I will say this: the way the building of MJF versus Adam Cole is freaking brilliant because the way that MJF, how can I say this? He's not a typical baby face. He's a freaking
No.
scumbag. He is literally
Yes.
the biggest scumbag you have ever seen in your life. And for him to embrace this role, I am shocked to say that it's working, and to see how the interactions with him and Adam Cole these past couple of weeks have been fantastic. I Every time I watch their segments, I just laugh. But as you see, there has been so many teases to where things get tense. Like for example, like when Adam Cole pushes MJF, or when MJF last night was gay, took out the ring and looked like he was gonna use it and such. Oh my god, the anticipation is exciting in a way. And this whole bromance, I'm not gonna lie, it's really intriguing. But the big question is, who's really gonna turn? Because I want y'all to take note. Whenever Adam Cole does the hug, he does this as a stab in the back move. Pay attention to that because he did that before when he was in WWE with the Undisputed Era. And he did that to, I think it was to Kyle O'Reilly or Roger Strong. I don't recall, but he has done it before. So the big question is, who's going to turn? And they're going to be doing double duty at All In. Going for the Ring of Honor tag team titles and facing each other at the main event, y'all. I don't know what's gonna happen, but to me, the segments between Renee Paquette interviewing both MGF and Adam Cole has been fantastic because she showed them the good things and then she showed them the most tense things going on between them. So for me, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have a strong feeling that, oh God, Adam Cole's gonna pull the trigger and turn on him. I have a feeling it's gonna happen.
Sarah, what do you think?
I think that's what's going to happen too. I think Adam Cole is going to turn on MJF. Um, but I just love this dynamic between both of them because some of it is goofy, but a lot of it is really, really funny. And I find myself looking forward to, every time there's a segment with them, or especially when they were doing stuff like outside of the ring together, like when they were eating the hot food and when they went to the trampoline park and playing video games. It's so funny.
Yep, agreed.
It's just so funny, and some of it was just like, okay, really, we're going there. But I like the segment. Like Christina said, it showed good points and bad points for both of them, to where it's just kind of, it's up in the air as to what's going to happen between the two. So
Um, yeah, I agree with the entire assessment. Um, I'm going to just say this, and when it was first announced that they were going to go after the Ring of Honor tag team titles, I was scratching my head at that. I says, Tony Khan, are you absolutely certain that you want to do this? Because I thought it was a very strange booking move for him to do that and for him to sanction that. Because here's my concern. Here's my concern. Let's say, for example, they're in the middle of the match and the turnbuckle comes off, the turnbuckle pad comes off, and Adam Cole gets hit in the head with the turnbuckle. Now, he has a history of concussion. Now, the last time he had the concussion, he was out for months.
yep.
9 months, I believe.
So if he gets concussed in the match, there goes the main event.
Yeah, you have a point about that. You cannot risk injury. Cannot risk injury to where the main event is literally in jeopardy.
As a promoter, as a wrestling promoter, I would protect my main event.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame you.
I would protect my main event, and I would have not sanctioned the match.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
would have put somebody else in that slot.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. If you want to have
Yeah.
them go for those take team titles, that's fine. But maybe at a different time. Now, I'm still concerned that one or both of them are going to get hurt. But kind of on the flip side of that, I am very interested to see how this is going to play into the story between those two gentlemen.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that has me very interested. But I am still fearful that one or both of them are going to get hurt and it could, mess up the main event. But as long as they're both safe, then that's fine. It's fine by me.
Yeah, I mean, it's as long as nothing snafu happens in the match. Like one of them gets concussed, or one of them twists an ankle, or one of them is really injured where they can't continue, and then now we have a problem
Yep.
because you promised the audience the main event to close the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I do not want to see that happen.
Yeah.
We all don't want to see that happen,
No,
but
and then that is my trepidation about this match. I mean, I don't mind it happening. I don't mind it at all. I'm not against it. It's just that my fear is injury. And this is your money making main event match. This
absolutely.
is what almost made you $9 million in ticket sales.
And not only that, every match that you go to has a risk of injury as well. Because
Right.
anything, and you have to be very cautious and very careful because botches happen. And
Oh yeah.
God forbid, when that happens, it could go seriously wrong. So that's why I don't blame you, Earl, for feeling that way. So I agree with you on that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about it. I'm
Hmm.
gonna watch the match carefully with bated breath. I'm gonna hold my breath and I'm gonna watch it from beginning to end. And let's hope it doesn't take too long. I don't mind a 10, 11 minute match. I don't mind that. Get it over with. We all know that they're not going to win the match. They're going to retain and everything else. But it's just as long as everybody is safe in the match. There's no botches, anything like that, and everything goes as smoothly as planned and everything, and you get the match over with. I'll happy with that. Um, I'm going to address something here that's in the chat from Jeff Doe, I believe his name is. He says that you all are laughing on the show and Bray Wyatt is dead. Now, I'm gonna say something to you, Jeff. I'm gonna say something. Um, I we were somber in the beginning of the stream. Okay, we didn't come on the show. None of my guests or myself came on this show and started laughing about the death of Bray Wyatt. We don't do that.
No.
Absolutely not. Why would you even
We
say
do
that?
not. Why in the world would you come on my show? And how dare you? And how dare you make a ridiculous, dumbass comment like that? I am deeply offended that you would write that crap. When I began this stream, I was somber. I don't laugh at anyone's death. And don't you dare say that me or my guests were sitting there laughing. We don't laugh at death.
No.
No, we did not. We pay our respects to the dead.
We paid our respects to Bray Wyatt. And obviously, you didn't watch the beginning of the show. So don't you dare ever say that I disrespected someone's death. When my friend Jeffrey died on the Raw watch along that night, I had the hardest thing to tell my audience that my co-host of the Raw watch along had died. Don't you dare say that I laugh at people's death. It's not funny. I was somber and I said, now on a lighter note, we're going to talk about Dynamite to lighten the mood.
Hmm.
Don't be an asshole. Now,
I couldn't have said it better myself, Earl.
Same here, dude.
I was gonna say, if you were actually paying attention and watching, you would know we were well past that part of our discussion
Uh huh.
when we were laughing. So get a life.
Exactly. Not only that, pay attention to what we're doing and pay attention to what we were saying, because we started the show paying respects to the late great Bray Wyatt. We weren't laughing about the whole thing. We were paying our respects. And we're trying to put on a great show, even though we just found out about his horrible, unexpected tragedy. So be respectful.
Exactly.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but I had enough.
Don't even apologize. I'm actually glad you
don't need
addressed
to
it.
apologize. Exactly.
You have people in this world who are such, pardon my French, such assholes and real pieces of shit. So that's life for you.
And thank you all for everybody in the chat. Thank you for your comments. We greatly appreciate it. And follow these two on social media, ladies and gentlemen. These two ladies are absolutely fabulous.
Thank you,
And
Earl.
Thank you.
You're wonderful.
you guys are wonderful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now, the Hardys took on Aussie Open. The match was great. The match was fun. I enjoyed it. I like some good tag team wrestling. Fortunately, we can't find that in WWE. The well is dry. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway. Sorry.
Well, that's very true. Don't be sorry. It's the
Sorry.
truth.
I mean,
It's
you're not wrong, though.
You're not lying.
Sorry.
I mean,
we went for the bucket to drink and there was nothing there. Anyway,
that's right.
I digress.
Oh my god.
But the match was great. The match was fun. I
It's
enjoyed
always
it.
fun watching the Hardys.
Yeah.
It's always
Takes
fun
you
watching
back.
the Hardys. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My inner childhood always comes out whenever I see the Hardys.
I know. I always
Exactly.
get whenever I hear their theme song. I start getting very excited because that just makes me feel good.
Same.
Because I know we're gonna get a good match. So
So ladies, what did you think of the match?
I thought the match was good. Aussie Open is great. The Hardys, obviously, they're legends. They know what they're doing. As do I mean, Aussie Open knows too, but knows what they're doing. But I thought the match was very good.
Christine, what do you think?
The match was great. It was awesome. It flowed really well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
seeing Aussie Open going against the Hardys, legendary Hardys, like, wait a minute. It's like the older generation versus new generation. You'd be like, oh my god, this like something like of a dream match per se. And for them to go at it at Dynamite, it was great. I love the match, and
Yeah.
it's always a blessing seeing the Hardys together. And like I said before, my inner childhood screams every time. Like my 11, 12, 13-year-old self screams every time when I see them, because I grew up watching the Hardys and I love them so much. So, and we already knew Ozzy Owen was going to retain, but still, they put out a great match. So the match was good.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with both of your assessment. I like the match, and I like what happened afterwards. I like what happened after. And MJF and Adam Cole came down, and I said to Sarah, I said, "Oh, Sarah, they're beating the stew. They are beating the stew out of the open." And she took that spoon and she had that stew, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Yes, she did, ladies and gentlemen. All American with potatoes and carrots. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God! Don't mention that. You're gonna make me hungry, dude.
No.
I'll be over at 6 to cook you some. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
The match was fun. The match was fun.
Yeah.
I had no issues with it whatsoever. Great chemistry, great nuance, and they left the shenanigans until the end, which is okay, which is fine because it's a go-home show. You needed to do a profound statement for all these men in the match, so I didn't have no issues with it whatsoever. Yeah, so it was good. It was good stuff. Good stuff. Now, let me just go back and ask you this, because Christina, you're new to this. So it's a new thing that I have on my show. I think I don't know if Sarah has ever done it before, but we're gonna do it. On an entertainment level, Christina, on an entertainment level, on the scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this match?
Ooh, I actually like that. Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'll give it an 8.
Okay. Okay. And Sarah, what do you think?
I was gonna give it a 9
Oh, all
because
right.
I think because I was comparing it so much to last week. So like I said, that's why I gave it a 9. I thought for a go home show, it was very good. There was a lot of the stories for the matches were moved forward, and it did nothing was hindered
Okay.
by what's going to be happening at All In. It didn't. What happened on Dynamite last night? It wasn't. It didn't hinder anything. So
All right. And for me, the match was really good. So I broke the scale, ladies and gentlemen, on this mothership. I gave it an 11.
wow.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Uh, I'm sorry, it was that good. I enjoyed it, and I love the
Yeah.
shenanigans in the end. It all served well. Everything that they did in this match served well, and that
Yeah.
is something. That is something that's good booking. That's what you
Hmm.
call good booking.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You don't put the stuff in the middle of the match to ruin it. You wait until the match finish, and then it could have a clean finish, and then you do that run in. That is how you do. That's how you do the booking. That's how
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
do it, and that's
Yep.
why I gave it an 11 because it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Now let me just go back and ask. Let me ask Christina, the Ray Phoenix and John Moxley match.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what entertainment level do you give that?
The Ray Phoenix John Moxley match. Ooh, okay. Overall it was a good match. I just hated the ending. I would give it. Oh, I would give it a 7.5. 7.5 around there.
Okay. All right. And Sarah, what do you think?
I was gonna say 7.
Close enough.
Pretty close. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 6.1.
Okay.
I love the point one at the end.
He's honest though. I
I
love it.
listen, listen.
I like
I
it.
listen. I
6.1.
went to the storage room, and this is the only shoe offer I can give you. So anyway, that's gonna have to wear it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like
Anyway.
9.999999999.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Right?
1-900-909-0999.
No, no,
Anyway,
no,
ladies
no.
and
They can't. Like the 2.99999 are Roman dust.
Yes.
Okay, so so we rated the Hardys match. Okay, we did that. All right, so let's go up to the main event. The Elite took on the Bullet Club and the Guns. The match was fun. The match was fine. The match is okay. Now I'm going to tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. Juice Robinson, woo boy, did the cheese slide off his cracker? Woo boy,
God, I
this
That's
don't
guy.
get
what I
I don't get the hype with him. Yo,
Um,
he look like
said. When I saw him coming down, I was like, he looks even crazier tonight than he
I,
did
I,
he look like
last
a homeless
on
man. He look like a homeless
Saturday.
man.
He
He
does.
look like a homeless man who can't afford a pair of clothes. Jesus Christ! Every time with those pair of pants, I'm like, dude, like,
I know.
well, you know something. I
Man.
told Sarah on the stream the other time when we were watching and we did Collision, and I said to him, I said, he looked like he wrestled a Skittles bag and he lost. But the truth, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway,
Those pants.
anyway.
I
It just
freaking
I
love
just
that.
wanted to just whisper in his ear, taste the rainbow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway, 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 anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna point this out. What in the world did Tony Storm see in him? I want to know. I swear to God. I mean,
I don't know. Wait, so they're dating in real life?
they're married.
Oh, they're wait, what?
Yes, ma'am. Tony Storm and Trish
Oh,
Robinson are married.
good lord. Well, at the very least, she should let him use some of her hair products so he can control that
my
his
brother
hair a little
said
better.
my brother said he is settled down when it comes to Tony Storm because what the heck does
Oh,
she see in him? I don't even freaking know.
well,
Like, there's no hype. There's no hype. He looks like a homeless man. My God.
He just must have just grabbed her in the dance floor and he said, "We're gonna do it great tonight, baby." Yeah.
Oh Lord, Jesus Christ. The way you just did that, Earl, it does it just like that.
I'm sorry.
Oh
talk
no, but
about
the way you did it was good though. It was a good impression. It's just the way that
that was excellent. Talk about being a few fries short of a Happy Meal.
Oh
Oh my
my
goodness.
God. I mean, others would have ran out the door, but not her. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
I swear to God, if I was to ever see it, I'll be like, I'm out.
Right? Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet on this mothership anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
maybe he got some tips for his crazy eyes from Tony Khan.
Oh my God.
Who the heck
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Anyway.
I'm dead. This is great. Oh my God.
someone's behind the door. Oh, what's that?
Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I
Oh,
can't. Oh my God. Anywho. Anyway, peekaboo.
right?
I'm dead. This is great.
Oh my God. Can you imagine his father and the grandkids and I want to swing you around today and
Oh no, 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 no.
no, no.
Don't.
They don't give a kid nightmares.
Are you
Oh my
kidding me? I
God.
swear to God, he was to come to my house, my father would kick his ass out of my house. No.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the match
It'd
was
be like, see your way out the door, please.
right.
Goodbye.
Go the other
Any-
way, sir. Go the other way.
right.
Right. Get to stepping.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the match was fine. The match was okay. I like the chemistry in the ring. Um, the guns, they are what they are. And I'll tell you this much. I'll say this. All of these matches at All In, they're going to be great. But you know something, what was really great, ladies and gentlemen, was the House of Black. Now, guys, let's talk
Oh,
about that
yes.
for a second. Let's talk about
Yes.
that. Badass Billy Gunn is going to return to All In.
I'm
And
so
he's going to
glad
meet
Billy
with the
Gunn's here.
Acclaim to take on the House of Black for those titles. We're going to discuss that in
Great.
the prediction hour.
Yay, I can't wait.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to discuss this match because I'll
I
tell you
was
this.
so pumped when I saw him and I heard their music. Oh my god. I was so
It's going to
excited.
be great. It's going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. It's
It is.
it's going to be fantastic. All of these matches are going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Cannot wait for
Every
All In.
last one. I can't wait. Now, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, the build for this pay-per-view has been lackluster. However, ladies and gentlemen, I think what's going to be produced is we're going to get another Revolution receipt. Because I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see Revolution, ladies and gentlemen, I go back to Revolution. The build for that pay-per-view was not good at all. But what Tony
No.
Khan produced, and this was the first time he debuted in San Francisco, ladies and gentlemen, he put on a banger of a pay-per-view. Every match was a banger, including the main event. That match with him and Dennis was absolutely fantastic. That Iron Man match, oh my gosh, take my money, please. I did not expect that match going the way it went. Nobody could predicted that. Nobody predicted the way it was supposed to go. And I'll tell you something, that match was flawless. That's how you book an Iron Man match. Listen, that is how you do it. That's how you do it.
That match was
That
crazy good.
that match
It was
was
really insane. It was insanely good.
and I'll tell you something, folks. It's
Crazy
too
good.
bad I didn't have any roses because I would have thrown it right at my set. That match was fantastic.
Get a nice bouquet of roses and flowers and just throw it at them.
I was just like, encore, encore, please.
Mm-hmm.
Started from the beginning. Oh my God, that match was
It's
fantastic.
really good. Like,
And I'll tell you this much, I mean, it shut up all the naysayers. It shut them all up because everybody on their mom was about, oh, he can't wrestle. He could wrestle. The man could wrestle. The
Absolutely.
man could wrestle. Look what he did in the pandemic era.
Mm-hmm.
MJF can wrestle, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen. I don't want to hear nobody out of your mouth say this man can't wrestle.
absolutely.
This man could wrestle, and I'll say this much, ladies and gentlemen. That match was a 12, was 110 for me on the entertainment level.
Oh,
That
I
match was
100% agree.
that match was fantastic, and
That
the
match was
ending
insane.
and the ending blew my mind.
It was
Yep.
insane. It was insane.
Because there were times in the match, ladies and gentlemen, where I had thought Danielson was going to win that belt. There were
Yep.
times,
Yep.
there were threads in that
Uh-huh.
match that we were going to get a title change. There were
Yep.
threads,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
that's how the match was written, and it was compelling that way. That's what it tugged at your heartstring. It just made you want more of it.
Give us more. Give us more.
You want to do it more because I'll tell you this much, ladies. I was sitting there and I could not believe what I was calling, and I could not believe what I was watching. I said, now, if a company from Connecticut would book something like that,
Oh,
maybe,
woohoo.
maybe a
Oh
little,
yeah.
maybe a little something, little bone. I'll throw them a little bone, maybe.
Uh-huh.
We
Right.
would come there with, but we all know they couldn't book something like that.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't book something
No.
like that.
No way.
No,
Oh.
no, no, no. They
Not
would
when
just give
Vince
us a
came
flat
back.
cake with they would give us a flat cake, no frosting on it, and it's got moldy inside.
Ew. Don't want to eat that. Ew.
No, no,
No. Absolutely not.
no.
It's like wilted lettuce.
Right.
Ugh.
It is. It's like that's what I think of. It's like wilted lettuce.
Oh God. Oh,
Okay.
what
You
about
know?
like what about what you call those things? Oh, it's like rotten milk. Don't want that.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that is like the
Like,
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up, but I
terrible.
had to.
No, I'm like that
yeah.
is like the most terrible smell ever. So that's what it
Uh-huh.
is, and that's the exact face that you make when they do something like that. You're like,
Nah, I'm
you
good.
know,
I'm good.
Right.
you're right,
Ew.
right.
Nah, I'm
But
good.
you're right. No, Earl, you're absolutely right. If WWE would put forth, half of what that match was, imagine how much better all of their weekly shows would be. Imagine how much better the build would be. Now, we all know that the build for this has not, for Allen has not been the greatest, but just if WWE would put forth half of what they did for that match,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh. Imagine
I
how further along they'd be.
and that's exactly what I said on the Raw Watch. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to before we get to all in, ladies and gentlemen, I have to talk about this because this happened this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This happened just this afternoon. As everybody knows, ladies and gentlemen, we did the Raw Watch Along this past Monday night. Okay, and finally, ladies and gentlemen, finally we got matches for Payback. Finally, the WWE moved the needle and gave us some matches for
Yeah.
All Out.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in hardcore sports wrestling history, the stream nearly made 800 views. And I want to thank each and every one of you for doing just that. I had fun with Cherry. She was a great co-pilot,
Yep.
and it was a lot of fun. And we shattered the internet.
Shout out to Cherry Girl. Love you, girl.
Love you, Cherry, and thank you so much for all your effort in the show.
You guys are good.
When
Every time you guys are together, you're good.
and yeah, and I'll tell you something. Even when you and I come together, Sarah, we're always good. The ratings are gold,
She's
ladies and
fantastic. And
yeah,
she's smart and she's funny and I just really enjoy watching her.
and I'll tell you
She's
that,
awesome.
and I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. From Christina to Sarah to Cherry, every time I come on the streams with these ladies, they give me the best energy that they could possibly have. And I know that they are busy people, and I know they have busy lives just like I do. But they slice their time and they come on the stream, and we have great chemistry. I give them the room and the floor and the spotlight to be themselves and to give me the best analytics that I could possibly ask of them. They are absolutely fabulous, and I urge you to follow these people on Twitter because these are my cyber friends, and maybe someday all of our paths will cross in an arena. I'll be passing in section 222 and see Sarah sitting up there waving. I'll probably see Christina on the floor waving, and I'll probably see Cherry and her family sitting right next to the camera, want to get on camera. So you just never know, ladies and gentlemen. You just never know what
We all know
arena.
Cherry just wants to be as close to Drew McIntyre as possible. Let's be honest.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
can
wrong,
vouch.
am I?
No, you're not, and I can vouch for her.
How
Like,
easy,
yep.
how are you? Thank you so much for your comment and please hit that like
Oh,
button. So again, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, please follow these people on Twitter. They're absolutely fabulous. And this is not the last time I'm gonna ask these guys to come on my show because I always reach out. I always think of them every day. I want to think about, their families and everything, and I hope they're all good. And when I don't hear from them, I get a little concerned and I do reach out and I do send that message. They may not get it to they may not answer right away because they're busy, but I know that they're gonna get back to me eventually. Um, so again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, Christina. I want to thank Sarah, and I want to thank Cherry for being such good graces, and thank you for being my friend, and thank you for being my supporter and everything else. I cannot do this without you, and I cannot do this without the audience. I am humbled by all of this. I'm humbled by all of this. And I had a lot of fun Monday night doing the Raw Watch Along. I am looking for a co pilot, ladies and gentlemen, for Raw Watch Along this Monday as we do the Go Home show. Oh, oh, Sarah
I can
has
do it.
Okay, well,
There you
Sarah,
go.
you there you go, Sarah, and you are
I
tag,
can
you
help.
are it. Uh, you are it, Sarah. That's it,
I
Sarah.
can help. It's all good.
My brother says that whenever I don't answer, he says, "Tag, you're it."
And Mitch Kofsky, ladies and gentlemen, has said, "Great job, everyone. Great stream."
Oh,
Oh,
Thank you,
thank
Mitch,
you.
so much. And
thanks,
as everyone
Mitch.
knows, ladies and gentlemen, Mitch says, and I'm going to just say this to you, Christina. He wants you to be part of the Hardcore Sports family. He wants you to join the Hardcore Sports family. And I want to extend my invitation to you, Miss Christine, because I'll tell you
All
this much,
right.
Christina, you have been part of my life for a very long time. And you've been on my show for a very long time. We laugh together. We hug together. I make you laugh, and every time I come off this stream, I'm still laughing. And every time I look back at all of the streams that you and I have done in the past, Christina, you have absolutely brought it. So, on behalf of myself and Mitch Kofsky and everyone at the Hardcore Sports, we greatly want to open our invitation to you, and we want you to join our family.
Oh, I'll
So,
be very happy to join your
all
Hardcore
right,
Sports
well,
Network.
ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Mitch, Christina is
Yay!
joining the Hardcore Sports family.
Yes, I
All
am. Thank you.
right.
Thank you so much for the
So,
invitation.
and I'll tell you this much, Christina. Here's what's gonna happen. Um, As we all know, ladies and gentlemen, I had lost my good friend Jeffrey Turner, as we all know, and things haven't been the same since. I've gone through a lot of changes. What we're going to do, Christina, is we're going to come to you. We're going to set a schedule for you to do several streams with me. Some of it might be Friday Night SmackDown. Some of it may be Collision. Some of it may be Monday Night Raw. But if your availability is open, please let us know. Let us know what days you can do it, what days you can't do it, and we will rotate our Rolodex
All right, thank you so much.
accordingly. We will work with you. You
Thank
will
you.
be all acclimated with me. You'll be working with this little stew pot here, and and you are going to have a lot of fun, Christina. I guarantee you, because you've never done a pay per view before, you've never done a Raw before, you've never done a Friday Night SmackDown, and of course, you've never done anything like that. So I welcome you to, my door is open to you and my calendar is open to you because I'm a very flexible person.
Thank you.
And you can do one of the streams with me if you want to. It's
Okay.
always open to you. We could do a Dynamite together. We could do a SmackDown together. We can do a Raw together. We can do a pay-per-view together. Whatever you want to do, Christina, the door is open.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I look forward to it, and we'll definitely work out a schedule to where I am available.
Excellent. Excellent. So now, ladies and gentlemen, pop the cork champagne, ladies and gentlemen. Girl Power is here in the Hardcore Sports Network. Please help me
Hey.
welcome the newest member, Christine. Ladies and gentlemen, Christina the Diva is now part of our family, and we want to welcome Christina. And Christina, again, welcome aboard. And it has been a pleasure working with you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, put in the group chat. Okay, so you're going to be added to our group chat now. Mitch Komsky will work behind the scenes and take care of that.
Okay.
And Christina, also, just to let you know, once everything gets acclimated, your Twitter will also be attached to the StreamYard. And every time you come on the board, you come on my show, or you're working with me. We're not going to be beaming on my Twitter, but we're going to be beaming on your Twitter, and
Oh.
all your followers will get to see you in action.
Oh,
And
so okay, that's gonna be
no,
great.
man, yeah. It's gonna be the dopest, illest thing you ever seen, Chris. Yeah,
Oh
yes.
my god, I'm in for a ride. I'm in for a ride.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You're gonna come on this mothership. Oh yes, Christina. Oh, you're in for a treat. Oh yes.
Oh, I can't
Ask,
wait.
ask Sarah for pointers. She'll let you know.
Oh
Anyway,
my
ladies
god.
and gentlemen. Anyway,
Listen, I'm like,
ladies.
beam me up. I'm in. Like,
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
do this.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, so now we're going to be just predicting all out. I'm having so
All
much fun
right.
tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to predict all out. Oh, that was AEW Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. The show was great.
Mhm.
Great show. Great go home show. And this will be on the money. This show was on the money. This is a go home. This is how you do a go home show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
WWE. That's how you do a go home show. Anyway,
Take notes.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Take some
you
notes.
better do good on Monday night, or else
Oh yeah,
me and Sarah
definitely.
will be coming for you. Anyway,
Oh,
ladies
yeah,
and
that's right.
gentlemen,
We won't pull any punches either.
no, we won't. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so we have all in, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe we're about 11, 12 matches for all in, ladies and gentlemen.
That's just
And this show is going to be phenomenal. Now, as I said before in the beginning of this stream, ladies and gentlemen, the build for this show has been lackluster. So, but I think in this thing, Tony Khan is going to give us a receipt. He's going to give us a receipt, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to put on banger matches.
Mhm.
yep.
Because every one of these matches, I don't see them being boring or uninterested or anything. All of these matches have very much intrigue to it. Every piece of these matches have intrigue to it, and it's something that we need to expound upon because, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, the next time we're coming on pay per view with AEW is All Out, and that is around the corner. That's Labor Day weekend. So whatever we have here in All In will bleed into All Out. So now that is something that we need to be discussing here. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about the first match. It is the AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Ishida versus Dr. Britt Baker. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. You see, Christina knows already on this mothership. She knows it is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
I already know.
No, she knows. She knows.
I put my finger up. Last night it was pinkies up.
Oh no, it's Dr. Britt Baker's as well.
You did it again. It's Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And she's going to take on Saraya and Tony Storm. Now, the match is okay. But you see, this is what I said in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, about intrigue. Because you have two Outcast members in this match. You have Saraya and Tony Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what could possibly happen here? Well, I'm going to save that prediction for right now. But I'm going to turn it to Christina first. Christina, who is going to win this match, and what do you think about it?
The stakes are high when it comes to this match because, like you said, you have two Outcast members when it comes to Saraya and Tony Storm. They also have Dr. Britt Baker, who's been a champion, and you have the current AEW Women's Champion, Hikaru Shida. She just won the belt. And here's the thing. You have three women who have been AEW Women's World Champion. Saraya has not. Ever since she's been in AEW. And it would be very fitting for her to win the title in her home country. However, usually wrestlers who are born in the hometown don't necessarily have the home court advantage most of the time. So that's something we have to consider as well. But when it comes to the match, I'm actually looking forward to this match because anyone could come out as a winner. You have 3 out of 4 women who have been world champions. Saraya has not. So will she be the one to win it? I don't know. It would be very nice for her to win it in her hometown. But also, you also have Tony Storm, who's also a fellow member of the Outcast. That could also play into, how can I say this? Play into her favor per se, or it could also backfire at the same time. Because it's every woman for themselves. Who I think is going to win? That's tough. I would love for Hikaru Shida to retain because she just got the belt. But who I think would win, I think it would be Saraya. I think Saraya will probably win it. I think they will probably give it to her in her home country. I would love for Hikaru Shida to retain, but I would also love to see if Saraya does win it in her home country. That would be the comeback story for her because remember, when she was in WWE, she had to retire because of her neck injury. She couldn't wrestle anymore. Yep. So it would be such a beautiful homecoming and a beautiful comeback story if Saraya was to win it. So I think Hikaru should retain, but I would love to see Saraya win it in her home country.
Okay. Sarah, what do you think?
So you brought up a really good point, Christina, because I completely forgot that Saraya is from London, England.
Mm-hmm. No, so Norwich.
Okay. Yeah. See, I completely forgot that she's, originally from England. So her winning in her hometown or home country would be really kind of like poetic justice in a way.
Yes.
Most definitely. However, when I think about this, I think it would be really, really, pardon my language, it would be really, really crappy for AEW to put the title on Hikaru Shida for her to be basically a transitional champion. I don't think that's right. I don't think
Right.
that's okay. It would just be kind of a really crappy thing for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that Sheeta hangs on to it, that
Mm-hmm.
she retains the title. Um, and that's what I'm really, I think that is what's going to happen, because I think that there's going to be some kind of clash between Soraya and Tony Storm. I think maybe at first they'll, be helping each other, but I think as
Mm-hmm.
the match goes on and they see one or the other getting closer to getting the title, that's when
Mm-hmm.
they're going to start butting heads.
Yes, I agree.
Um, I, I like both your assessments. I do. But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
What say you, Earl?
Yeah, well,
I gotta hear
let
this.
me just put on the gavel here, and let me just put on
What
my
say
powder
you?
wig. Let me just put on the powder wig and the
All
gavel.
right, let's
Here
hear it.
come the judge. Bang, 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 bang.
Right, right.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Get
You
out the
know,
black
as
robe.
right, exactly. Judge Cole is in session, ladies and gentlemen, and sit down in my courtroom. If you
Oh.
can't be quiet, I'm gonna take you to the Bull of the Woods. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway,
I'm gonna sit.
ladies
I'm gonna be like,
hey, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, anyway, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This reminds me. This reminds me of a current storyline in the WWE with the Judgment Day and the wedge and the briefcase. That's what this reminds me of. This
this
is
is.
this.
They had to
This
bring
is
it.
this is. I'm sorry, but I have to tie this all in here. Um, this is the problem this is the problem that's going to happen here. You have two members of the faction in this match, okay? One is going to be jealous of the other if the other one wins the title, okay?
Yep.
You're right.
And let's just say, for example, Tony Storm goes and covers a Kato Ishida and she wants to win the title. So Rhea then takes her leg and drags it off and they start arguing.
Yep.
I can see that happen. Now they
See,
Yep.
both get drop kicked out of the ring, and Okada Ishida rolls up Britt Baker to win the title. Now that could happen.
Yeah.
that could happen. That could happen too.
That could happen. That could happen. They can beat the stew, Sarah. They can beat the stew out of each other. Yes, Sarah. All the way up the 80 mile an hour ramp, ladies and gentlemen. Don't beat
Right.
each other. Go each other back there and go beat yourself with a tea and crumpet. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Take a
Anyways.
teapot and smash
Yeah,
them
yeah,
over the head with
exactly.
it.
On the fascinator all over the place. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, what a mess. Anyway, but in this instance, ladies and gentlemen, I don't like playing hot potato with titles. You
Yeah.
do it with the TNT title, and it's not correct. You're not supposed to do that because I'll tell you, listen, it's just like with shenanigans. When you play hot potato with a title, ladies and gentlemen, here's what's happened. First of all, there's no legitimate history with the title because you played hot potato with it. Then you stain the title with the nuance of the title. Okay. Then you mess up the person that's holding the title because what you're
Yep.
basically saying in a nutshell, the person is not worthy of holding the title. So then why would you put a title on someone that you're not supporting? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. So to me personally, I don't like playing hot potato with the title because like I said, you ruin the title, you stain the history of the title, do you ruin the mystique of the title, and you mess up the person holding the title. And
Mm-hmm.
that sends a wrong message to the audience and the fan base.
Right.
Yep.
So I think in this instance, I'm going to go with the Earth side of caution here. And I think Tony Khan should be a smart here and have Ricardo Ishida retain the title,
Yep.
which is the
Yeah.
right thing to do
Yeah.
because she
Yep.
just won it. Why
Yes.
would
Yeah.
you go there?
Yep.
Why would you go there? Well, listen to me
Right.
carefully. Why would you go there and make this poor woman win the title? Because
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, Okada Ishida, as somebody asked me the other day, has she ever won it? Yes, she's had won
Yep.
this title before. So she was the first inaugural champion of
Yep.
this title, ladies and gentlemen. And I think AEW did owe her a receipt after she lost the title.
Yeah.
So they gave it back to her. So my question is, why would you go ahead and give it to her only to give it back to somebody in the outfit? That makes no sense.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It
That's
doesn't.
just stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. I
No.
don't want to see
Mm-mm.
Britt Baker win it. I don't want to see her win it. I really don't want to see anybody else win it. I think what's best here is Okada Ishida retaining the title.
I agree.
Same here.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
100%. I
Yep.
agree.
And
Yep.
I
And
won't.
yep.
Go ahead, Christine. I'm sorry.
And what was also, I'm actually glad you brought up Hikaru Shida because she held down the pandemic while she was champion.
Yup.
And
I was just gonna say that.
I feel like, what I said was I would love for Hikaru Shida to retain the championship, but also they could play into favor of Soraya maybe winning it in her home country. So those are one of the two that I think is going to win. So yeah, but
Yeah.
I believe that Hikaru Shida should retain as well because she held it down during the pandemic, and for her to lose it at the time when the crowds were coming back, I felt that that was a slap in the face too in a way. So, but for me,
Yeah.
I would definitely love to see Hikaru Shida retain. But you also got Saraya, who's the hometown girl over there, so it could go either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, so I agree with that. I mean, yeah, it could swing the other way, but I just think it just makes more booking sense.
Yeah,
It
Yep.
just makes
anyway, it
more
does.
booking sense
Yeah.
if you look at it through the booking lens, and it would
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes more crystal clear sense
Mm-hmm.
if you had her retain. Because why in the world, like the TNT title, why in the world would you do that? Why would 1 minute, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get bored with the title holder, then you're going to give it back to a Carter. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it
Why
doesn't.
we're going back and forth with the needle like that? Don't play hot potato with the title. It's not a good
No,
look. It sends the
no,
wrong message. It sends the wrong booking message, and it's not good.
it's not good. It's no bueno.
Okay, Mitch Kofsky says we need to have a ladies only wrestling podcast on the Hardcore Sports Network. I think that that's a great idea. So we would have Christina and Sarah and Cherry, and we would call the show the Ladies of the Ring. And that is
Oh, I love
exact,
that.
and then that, ladies and gentlemen, would be on the Hardcore Sports Network.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
I
down for
think
that.
that,
I love
and
that.
that is a great title. That is a great
I
title, and
like
it's great
that.
analytics for you. Yes, you get all three ladies in one stream, and they'll give you the great analysts that will break down all of the shows for you. They will tell you exactly what happened in the match. They'll even give you wrestling news and everything. So the name of the show, if we could develop it, we can get everyone together and everyone's schedule works together. Then we would call it Ladies of the Ring on the Hardcore Sports Network, and I think that's a great title. I think that's a
I actually like that
That
title.
would
I
be
love that
so
title.
cool.
I think
I like that.
I like that title. I love it.
I
I
do
like
Um,
that.
too. That's fantastic.
yeah,
I'm down for that. Hell yeah.
I like
Heck
that.
yeah.
Hell yeah, girl power, go for it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
I got nothing wrong with that. I don't mind. I don't mind sitting in the bullpen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
He's
Anyway,
the backstage producer.
right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. So that is it. That's what I thought of the match, and I think that that's the proper way to retain. I think Ricardo
Absolutely.
Ishida should retain the title, and I think that that's a proper way to go here. Um. Okay, so let's talk about this. The AEW Trios title is up for grabs. The House of Black will take on Badass Billy Gunn and the Acclaim. I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I knew everyone called it. Everybody called it. I called it too. Even Sarah asked me the same question. Do you think that Billy Gunn is coming? And I told Sarah, I said yes. I
Yep.
knew when they were going to destroy the shoes of him that would
Yep.
have been the lit the fuse,
I said,
and that would have
that is
been it,
it.
and it did. So he
Yep.
came back last night and he challenged the House of Black. Tony Khan says, "You know what? I don't care. I'll add 15 matches to this sucker, and I'm gonna put it on here. It's my show, and I'll do the dang hell what I want, even if I got to keep
Right?
everybody up to 3 a.m. I don't care."
Right?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
Anyway,
down.
right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'd have to order Subway. Anyway, ladies and
Right?
gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and
Oh, I love Subway,
Might have to
damn.
might have to call in sick to work on Monday morning
right, right.
if that was
Any,
me.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so, the match is going to be great. The match is going to be fantastic. The match is going to be. I'll tell you this
Oh
much.
yeah.
That is going to be one of the most high octane matches you will ever going to see. Because I'll tell you this much: the House of Black have done a lot of things to this acclaim,
Yep.
and it's been now. I
Absolutely.
understand
Yep.
that Billy Gunn is going to retire and everything like that, but wouldn't it be fitting? Wouldn't it be fitting, ladies, if in front of over 83,000 people, he wins the Trios title, comes on Dynamite, says goodbye to the audience, and we get a tournament to determine the new Trios champions? Now, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I don't know how you all feel about it, but I don't know. But I'm gonna save my prediction. I'm gonna save my prediction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Sarah. Sarah, who is winning this match?
Oh, Daddy has an inkling. I think they're gonna win. I don't think while while the House of Black has been very dominant, overbearing on really anybody they've had a match with. I think, like you say, Earl, I think they owe Billy Gunn a receipt. And I think it would be very fitting for him, for the Acclaim to be able to follow through with what they promised to Billy and what they wanted to do by being able to have a title one more time before he retires. So I really I hope the Acclaim to win, and I think that's what's going to happen.
Christina, what do you think?
I want the Acclaim and Badass Billy Gunn to win so bad because ever since the Acclaim lost the tag team titles to the Guns in controversial fashion, yeah, that
Oh
leaves a
yeah,
bad taste in my mouth still. But it would be
definitely.
but it leaves a good story for them to win the title with Billy Gunn because their chemistry is on fire every time. Every time I see the Acclaim with Billy Gunn, I just like stop what I'm doing, just listen. I just watch and listen. And for them to go against the House of Black, as you said, Sarah, they have been dominant with this whole open house rules thing. And
Yes.
every time I look at these rules, I'm like, huh? I don't get these rules. Like, I understand the rules, but I don't understand the rules. I don't know if that makes any sense. But as I was saying, I would love for the Acclaim and Billy Gunn to win the trios titles and show the world, like, hey, I'm not done yet. And I would love for Billy Gunn to say, hey, you destroying my shoes lit a fire that I still got it. I'm not done yet. And it would be such an awesome story and an awesome way to go out with a bang and win the trios titles with the Acclaim. So I'm going with the Acclaim and Billy Gunn to win. I hope they win.
Again, brilliant. This is why you guys join the hardcore sports. This is the reason, ladies and gentlemen. You get diamond after diamond of analytics, ladies and gentlemen. 5 diamonds across the board, ladies and gentlemen. And this little apprentice is going off stage. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a little tiny island on Manhattan. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
You're on
Anyway.
your own. You're on your own island of relevancy.
There you go.
I'm still sending that beacon of light. Help me. Anyway,
Right, right. Please get the titles off of Roman. I don't
Right,
care
right,
who does it.
exactly.
Just get them off
Exactly.
of him.
Exactly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, um, yeah, the match is gonna be fine. The match is gonna be great. The match is gonna be a banger. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we all are in agreement. I think we're gonna have a brand new trios title holders, ladies
Please,
and gentlemen. And
Yay!
we can only hope and pray that this is
please,
the road
please.
that this is going to be traveled on. Because I'll tell you this much: AEW owes a claim to receipt.
Oh, absolutely. A huge ass receipt.
They need
Especially
a
for them
receipt.
losing. Especially them losing the tag team titles to the Guns.
Yup.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
They need a
No.
receipt. They need a
Yes.
receipt in this match, and I think AEW owes them a receipt.
Yep.
Please. Please make it
And
happen.
let this happen. Let's go this way. Let us see. Let us see. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine 85, 89,000 people chanting, "You still got it"?
Oh, I can't
Oh,
imagine.
that would
Can
be
I
you
see it.
imagine
so
that
I
cool.
in
I
high definition? Can you
oh
imagine that, ladies and
That
gentlemen?
would be so cool.
uh-huh.
Imagine how that's going to make Billy Gunn feel.
Oh, what
No,
the
he's gonna be
emotion will be
crying.
Like,
dripping
He's gonna be
off of
yes.
him.
crying.
He will be dripping. It'll be the emotions will be coming out of him. You're gonna see it.
Absolutely. You can't
Yeah.
hide the emotions when people like over 80,000 people are gonna scream say you still got it. You can't
Yes.
hold your emotions in. It's gonna come
No,
out.
and they're chanting that. Can you imagine that?
Oh my god, I can't
And you
imagine.
That
look
would be
out and
so
you look in the
cool.
middle of that ring and you look from the ramp all the way up, all the way around, in and around the circle, and you see that happening. I would be
Mhm.
crying. I'd be bawling my eyes out on camera right then and there.
Yeah.
I'll just freaking ugly cry. I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
Right?
right. And that could happen to him. That could happen to him as he goes for the cover,
Mhm.
and the referee administers a
Yes.
3 count, and that place explodes.
Mhm.
That would be so amazing. That
It
would be
will be
so
It'll be a
unbelievable.
moment. Yeah, it will be a moment that we will never forget.
Nope.
I think it would be neat if they did a like kind of mash. You know how they mashed together MJF and Adam Cole's themes music.
I'm not
Right.
gonna lie, I
I
like that mashup.
that mashup. I didn't. It took me. It grew on me a little. It took a little while for it to grow on me, but I think it would be pretty neat if they brought back Billy Gunn's old theme music, badass Billy Gunn's old theme music, and kind of mashed it together with the acclaims.
Oh
That would be
girl.
cool.
Girl,
That
I
would
swear to
be
God.
so cool if they
If we
did
were
that.
watching All In and at that half, I was like, oh my god, Sarah freaking called it. Just oh
I
my
just think it would be so cool. It would just
I,
be so neat
I
for
tell you something,
both of
Sarah.
them.
If that happens, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to replace your fascinator with a tiara. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just tilt it slightly to the north. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, we're having so much
It's all
fun with
right.
these.
Put a tiara on, and then my little devil horns would be holding it
Oh,
up.
god.
oh,
Sarah,
oh,
are we naughty?
oh,
Aren't we, woman?
oh. Somebody has a little piquante spicy to them. All
Just
right
to say a
now.
little bit of
Okay.
spicy.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
4th of July don't have nothing on you. Anyway,
Nope.
ladies and
Nope,
gentlemen. Anyway,
nope.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Oh
but I just
my.
think that would be. I just think that would be really cool if they did that. That would be so wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. I think that'll be great. Um, so let's talk about this one. Um, the real world championship.
Oh,
CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk goes against Samoa Joe. I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you this before we do these predictions. Um, CM Punk has been, ever since he's come back to AEW, has started to show his ugly side again behind the scenes. Sending wrestlers home because you think they are drama queens is something that I cannot take anymore. Tony Khan, you need to stop being a fan of the CM Punk and not let him run your company. Who are you to tell somebody? Who are you to tell somebody that they need to go home? Is Tony Khan running AEW or is it CM Punk? I'm
Hmm.
confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah, you brought. I'm actually glad you brought that up because ever since Collision debuted, it had literally has been CM Punk's show, straight up. Because they have him
Hmm.
looking strong ever since Collision debuted.
Yep.
And he's been running roughshod over everything. He's even, from what I understand, ladies and gentlemen, behind the scenes at Collision, he has told wrestlers how to come out, how to act, and how to talk. Now I'm gonna tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. You have no right to tell somebody what to do and how to do it. You're not the boss of this company.
Hmm.
You're not the boss of this company. You don't sign the paychecks.
If you give advice, that's different. But telling them what to do, not a fan.
You don't tell people
I
what to do.
agree.
And I'll
No,
tell you something. If I worked for Tony Khan and I was backstage and he won't be pretty
no, it
because
won't.
I don't answer to you, sir. I don't answer to you. The last time I remember my supervisor was Tony Khan. That's not you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Last time I checked, that's who's signing my paycheck.
Yeah, right.
So,
Exactly.
That's who the one that sends me the emails and tells me where to go. That's the
Uh huh.
one that's the one who books me in certain things. That's the person who I
Mm-hmm.
respond to. I don't respond to a wrestler.
Right.
Sorry.
yeah.
The
I
last
could
time
see
I
if he
checked, no.
was
Go
I
ahead,
could
sir.
see if
I'm
he was.
sorry.
I was gonna say I could see if he was giving, you know, advice, like Christina said, advice, like, hey, I've seen you walk, down to the ring, and you do X, Y, and Z. Um, I think it might be more impactful if you tried ABC instead. What do you think about, just a little bit of it, a little bit of advice? What do you think about maybe trying something new out? If you're doing something like that, that's fine, but you can't just be dictating like you're a dictator, to
Right.
people. That's
Right.
not that's not cool.
No.
That's not cool.
No.
If that
No.
is what's going on, that's not cool.
And I don't like that kind of atmosphere. I don't like working in that
No.
kind of atmosphere
No.
because it's not fun. It's not conducive, and it's counterproductive because
Yeah.
you're running around. Yeah, everyone's afraid of him, no, I'm not gonna work like that. I don't
No.
work that way. I don't work that way. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. No,
No.
you need to back up and know who's driving this car. No, 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 no. No,
What?
you're not
No.
gonna just come backstage
No.
and start throwing your weight around and telling people what to do and how to do it.
No.
No, you can't do that.
No.
No.
And no,
I
and
agree.
I want to also add, like, even though we're talking about like AEW, it also kind of brings me back to where Undertaker was, at the Performance Center, giving tips to wrestlers who work in NXT at the Performance Center. Like, for example, like when Drew McIntyre was coming up the ranks, Undertaker gave him advice. Same thing with Damian Priest. Undertaker gave him advice as well. When a locker room leader gives up and coming wrestlers advice, that's very productive. That's a safe environment. Now, what Earl
Mhm.
said about CM Punk like that, I'm like, nah, nah, I don't like that at all. That's a red flag for me. That's several red flags in my eyes. CM
Yeah.
Punk, the wrestler, is great. Backstage, nah, Tony Khan needs to do something about that.
And I'll tell you like this. I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not. You have to start being a boss and stop being a fan.
Yeah.
Stop that already.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Stop that.
Stop being a boss and stop being a fan. There you go.
Start stepping in and tell this man something about himself.
Mm-hmm.
Bring this
He's-
man down to earth
Yep.
and
Right.
Put your
show
foot
and
down.
tell him who's running this company.
Yeah.
Right.
He needs to put his foot down is what he needs to do.
Yes,
And
we
let me
have
tell
it.
you,
Go
this
ahead, Sarah. I'm sorry.
this would never happen in WWE ever.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Ever. There is absolutely no way this kind of stuff is going to fly.
No.
Look, yeah, I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. If you think you're gonna yep. If you think for 1 minute you're going to tell Triple H and Bruce Dern what to do behind the scenes, you are sadly mistaken. You will be dismissed so fast. It won't be funny. You will be released
Mm-hmm.
so fast.
It'll make
You
your
Mm-hmm.
head
will,
spin.
yep. You'll find out when your flight card gets rejected and you try
Yep.
to book to the next city and you can't fly.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
you get that ultimate email that's saying
Yep.
that you're no longer with the company,
That's
and we
it.
don't
Oh
give
yeah.
out
Bye.
right. Yep, and your perks have been terminated.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yep.
if I were you, I would not be doing that.
It would be a one-way instead of a round trip airline ticket. It'd be a one-way
Yep.
airline ticket
Right,
back
right.
Yep.
to
Back
wherever you
home,
live.
right, right, exactly.
You
Uh-huh.
know,
Exactly.
so
Mm-hmm.
that's just how I feel about that situation. Is there
Yes.
is no way something like this would fly in WWE, whether it's with
Nope.
Triple H, Bruce Pritchard, or most of all, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon would
Nope.
not let this crap fly.
Oh,
No
no.
way,
Nope.
no how.
And
Absolutely not.
and
Nope.
I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Recently Vince McMahon did a documentary, and he said it. He said he had a terrible fight with CM Punk behind the scenes. It was really bad,
Man.
and he sent him home. Vince sent him home. It was two egos in the room, and the powder keg just didn't mix.
Nope.
When somebody brings you into a room, ladies and gentlemen, they tell everybody to leave the room. That is not good. That is a terrible
Nope.
sign, ladies and gentlemen. That
Nope.
is a terrible sign. And
In other words, shit's gonna go down.
yep.
Right. Right. You know,
So
and think about this as well with this kind of stuff happening. You know, the people that he told to leave or whatever happened, those folks aside, you need to think about how those actions are affecting negatively affecting other people around this one person. And that's when I think you've got to reevaluate, okay, is it really worth it to have this person around, because
Mm-hmm.
now they're bringing down the morale of everyone around them.
Right. And that's no
That's
good either.
my concern. That's my concern with it. It's like, don't bring down the morale of everybody around
No,
you. Like, if
absolutely
you want to
not.
be if you want to be negative Nancy, that's fine, but do that. That's your own prerogative. Don't be dragging others down with you. I don't like that at all. Not one
Me
bit.
either. I don't like that either. No, if I'm gonna be working in a type of environment that's deemed negative, I'm out. Bye. I want to work in a positive work environment that's has positive morale,
Yep.
a lot of good people around, and maybe you could do like constructive criticism, but in a good way. I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take that. Not in a negative. Not the
Absolutely.
negative Nancy's. Nope. Not feeling it. Nope.
um, so let me ask you guys something here. I'm gonna go with Christina first. Christina, who is winning this match?
Okay, between CM Punk and Samoa Joe, they have a lot of history. I'll talk
Oh
about
yeah.
Ring of Honor history. Okay, and the last match they had between each other, it was like I think it was a roll up victory, a roll up pin victory, if I recall. But like I said,
I think it was.
okay. Thanks. Thanks, Sarah. I feel like we need to have a real definitive winner now that the real world championship is on the line. I don't think they're gonna take the belt off CM Punk because that's gonna make him look weak. And now they have
Yep.
the show Collision happening every Saturday. That's claiming is his show. So for me, they're gonna have a hell of a fight. I'm not gonna lie. Their history with each other is gonna collide at all in. And for me, I think CM Punk's gonna retain his real world championship. Samoa Joe's gonna give him one hell of a fight. I'm not gonna lie. But CM Punk's the one gonna come out on top. So I'm gonna go with CM Punk for this match.
All right, Sarah, what do you think?
I agree. I think this is going to CM Punk. I don't think that they're going to take the real world championship off of him. Um, look back to what CM Punk did at Collision this past Saturday. He dressed up in that gold costume, and he murked he murked Samoa Joe. Like, he got him. And I think the previous Collision, so 2 Saturdays ago, when Samoa Joe grabbed CM Punk, drug him over the barrier, and choked him out,
Mm-hmm.
I think that lit a fire in him, um, where it's like, yeah, no, all bets are off now.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm not playing games anymore. This isn't fun. Haha. I'm whooping your butt. So I think CM Punk's got this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm going to agree with all your assessment, and CM Punk will retain. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen: the rumor is that at All Out, we will get a unification title match. It will be CM Punk taking on MJF, and the title will be merged. That is the rumor for the main event
Ooh.
in
Oh my
Chicago.
god. Oh my.
Yes, that is the road
Oh
Wow.
I think they're
my
Okay.
going
God.
to travel on. Yeah,
Oh snap.
we're
Wow.
going to find out who the real world champion is at All Out in the United Center in Chicago when the belts are merged
Wow.
into one. Yes, that is the rumor that
Oh, I
is.
hadn't heard that.
I haven't heard
Yes,
that either. I mean,
yes,
Oh
that is the
man.
scuttlebutt.
wow.
That is the scuttlebutt around the lock. Yes,
Yo, if that
and
That
happens,
would
if
be
the rumor is true, oh my
badass.
god. I can't even. Wow.
That would
Okay.
be awesome. Oh my, can you imagine that match? That's gonna be so great.
Mm-hmm.
yes, and in
Oh
Chicago,
man.
in the United Center, and ladies and gentlemen, All Out is almost sold out. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, is
so
it really?
it's almost sold out. It's getting to that.
Shucks.
Just
Okay.
getting to that close. We're getting up to that 18,000 level, ladies and gentlemen. So
Oh, I guarantee
Man.
it. Probably before after all in, oh, I was gonna be sold out.
yeah. So especially if that main event is announced, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah,
Absolutely.
without a
Yeah.
doubt.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure if that's going to come into fruition, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We will see.
Man,
Um,
I just
so
might. They still have tickets available. I just might have to drive on down to Chicago for that.
mm,
Oh, okay.
Ticketmaster.com, Sarah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
ladies
know,
and
right?
gentlemen.
www.ticketmaster.com.
All
Yep.
right, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen,
no,
let's talk
that's
about this next
great.
match, guys. Let's talk about this next match. It is the coffin match. It is Darby
Ooh.
Allin taking on Swerve Strickland, and of course Sting is in the match. Now, let me explain to you what happened last night, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know what happened last night, we forgot to. I glossed over this and I totally forgot, but we're gonna merge this in here because this all ties in here. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, on AEW Dynamite, AR Fox was in a match with with you Swerve Strickland, and they took on Darby Allin and Nick Wayne. Ladies and gentlemen, the match was great. I enjoyed the match.
That
I
match
enjoyed
was
it
good.
most. We're going to discuss that match because we're going to merge this all in one little Christmas
Okay.
package. So we're so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the match was fun. The match was fun. What happened afterwards was very bizarre. It was bizarre because first of all they turned AR Fox into a heel. Then all of a sudden Tony Khan says, "Well, I don't think the audience has marinated this enough. I don't think they're gravitating to this heel persona." So he says, "We're gonna switch this man back to babyface."
Within a 2 week time span.
Yeah, right, exactly. You didn't
Yeah.
give a chance. You didn't give the heel work to really marinate with the audience. Um, and then he decided, okay, let's flip the script and give it and turn him back to babyface. And then he gets fired from the mobile embassy with the Grand Wizard in the ring. I mean, I mean,
The Grand Wizard.
yes,
I already know you're talking about Prince Nana. I already know what
yeah,
you're
Prince
talking about.
Nana. I'm sorry. The Grand Wizard. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
I knew what you meant. I just
Yeah,
giggled because
yes,
I
the
know
I
what you're
Grand
forgot
talking
Wizard.
about
about
that.
too.
the Grand Wizard who's doing na 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 na. Yeah, yes, yes, that Grand Wizard. Yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. So anyway, anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
Oh, you.
Dusty.
Oh, welcome to the mothership, Christina. Oh, yes, you will. Yes, you will. Anyway, um,
Oh my goodness.
anyway, the match was fine. The match was okay, but again, like I said, it was bizarre. The whole thing with him getting fired and this was a test. What is this? The emergency broadcast system? Like, what is this? Is this only a test? What is this? Why are you doing this? What
Sounds
is
like it.
this? What is this? Check your local fire
Uh,
department for local emergency updates. What is this? What is this? What in the world is? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. So, Christine, I'm gonna go to you first.
Let me get myself together. Okay.
Okay. I speak the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, you do.
I don't sugarcoat it on this island, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Christina, what did you think of the match, and who's gonna win this contest with Sting?
I'm not gonna lie, the match was good. It was really good between Darby Allin and Nick Wayne. And I must say, God bless Nick Wayne. For his age at 18 years old, he can go. And for them to go against Swerve and AR Fox, it was a good match. However, what they did to Nick Wayne, I'm still not okay with it. Go to his training ring in his garage and whatnot, to his house, and the way they left him in a puddle of his own blood, that really pissed me off. It pissed me off to where I was disgusted. But I digress. So going back to the match, I love the match. It was very good. The ending, it was like, wait, did I miss something here? Did I miss something here? I thought he was supposed to be aligned with Swerve Strickland, right? And then the way that he said that he's fired, Prince Nana saying that AR Fox is fired, they literally beat the hell out of him. And to see Darby, Nick, and Sting come out to save him, I thought it was really cool in a way. And I'm thinking to myself, why did they just beat the hell out of AR Fox too for what he did to Nick Wayne? But Darby Allin, he has a heart of gold, and he said, even though you did this and this, I still love you. And I figured that in a way, AR Fox knew what he did. He figured out what he did was wrong. He paid for it. And Darby Allin forgave him away. Now, after the match, you see Luchasaurus and Christian Cage coming out. Now, I'm going to say this one time. Luchasaurus is the TNT champion, not Christian Cage. Why the hell
Thank
is Christian
you.
Cage? Why in the hell is Christian Cage carrying the belt like it's his? Dude, you're not the champion. Luchasaurus is. I just want Luchasaurus to just beat the hell out of Christian and take his belt. Is that so much to ask? Does anybody else want that too? Or am I the only one?
No,
You know,
I've been saying that for a while. I'm like, I am literally waiting for the day when Luchasaurus gets sick of Christian Cage's crap and he beats him to a pulp.
Thank
right?
you. Okay, I think I'm not the only one. Okay,
No,
go.
not at all.
Thank God.
I got your back.
Thank you,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you, baby. But like,
Girl power. Go ahead.
all right. Now, when it comes to the match for All In, Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage, I want Darby Allin and Sting to win this coffin match because that's Darby Allin's specialty. The coffin match, that's his
Yep.
specialty. And to see Sting going at it at his age, God bless him, 63 years old, keep going, sir. And I feel like, their chemistry is always on point. But when it comes to Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage, I don't know how that's going to play out. Like, that was just a quick change that took place last night. And for them to add him to the mix for All In, I think that was kind of quick. But in a way, it would make sense due to the fact that AR Fox screwed up and got pinned last night. So, and Swerve Strickland had enough. So, I'm going to go with Darby Allin and Sting for this match. They're going to win this match, period. Who goes to the coffin? I don't know. I hope it's Swerve Strickland, though, or Christian. Either one will be fine with me.
Yeah.
So, but Darby Allin and Sting are going to win this match, hands down.
Okay, well, I agree with that assessment. It's almost like, Christian wearing that belt. It's almost like going into the closet and taking out someone else's jeans and putting it on, and you're not supposed to be wearing it.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Right?
you don't look good in that style,
Nope.
and it looks funky.
Nope.
Anyway,
Nope.
ladies and
Nope.
They look funky as
Ta- no,
hell.
no, don't take off them funky pants, ladies and gentlemen.
Right?
Yeah.
They do not suit
Uh
you.
huh.
No, they don't.
No. No.
So, Sarah, what did you think about the match last night, and what's your prediction at all in?
I like the match very much. I said this last night. I'll say it again, and I'll probably keep saying it. Nick Wayne is wonderful. Considering he's only 18 years old, that young man has a very bright future ahead of him. Very
Absolutely.
bright. I think he's wonderful. I really appreciate the fact that Darby Allen has taken that young man under his wing to show him the ropes and helped him get his big break. Um, I just I just really like him. I think he's just fantastic. But I thought the match was very good. I agree with your assessment, Earl, when you said it was very odd to make AR Fox heel and a few weeks later turn him babyface right before a major pay per view. Now, I'm trying to remain positive about this. Hopefully, it kind of feeds into the story somewhat. Um, but I agree, Earl. It was very weird. Um, but I always like watching, and I like watching Darby, and I'm very shocked with how much high flying he does and all the really crazy moves that he does. I'm honestly surprised he has not had a major injury.
That
I'm
man shows
very
no fear.
surprised.
He shows
No,
no fear at
he is
all.
such a daredevil. I am very surprised that he
Uh
has
huh.
not had a major injury or surgery or
Same.
anything like
Same.
that.
Same.
It's just crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling that because Darby, I do not think he is going to take the title at all out. I have a feeling he and Sting are going to win at all in.
I agree with all of your assessments. I agree. Um, but you know what would be really cool? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can croon this to you guys. Um, I would like to see this happen, and maybe it won't, but in my booking eyes, I would like to see this happen. Um, in the match, in the match, Sting is getting the stew beat out of him. Okay, in the corner. Okay, Swerve Strickland tries to put Sting in the coffin. Out pops Nick Wayne with a fire extinguisher and he sprays it in Swerve Strickland's face. He
That was
gets
Ooh.
awesome.
confused and they switch places and he drop kicks him in the coffin. The lid closes and the match is over.
Ooh.
I like that
I would
very
definitely like to.
much.
I would like to see that too. Oh hell, hey.
That would be so cool.
Uh
I
huh.
think that would be a fitting way
Hell
to
yeah.
get revenge on Mr. Strickland
Absolutely.
for what you did to him in his school.
Absolutely. I agree.
Oh, for sure.
You try to roll Sting in the coffin. The referee opens the lid. He has no idea Nick Wayne's in the coffin. He sprays him with the fire extinguisher. He gets confused. Darby Allin drop kicks Strickland right in the coffin. The lid closes, and that is the end of the match.
I like that. I
I
like that
wouldn't
a
mind
lot.
seeing that either. That would be great.
And I wouldn't mind writing it either.
Heck yeah, that would be
Do it,
awesome.
sir. Hell yeah.
I'll be in that middle of that
Really
ring
awesome.
with that felt pen, and I'll be like, Tony, this is how we're gonna do it tonight.
Yep. Yep.
Get him in the coffin, and we're gonna do it this way. Yeah,
Yep.
and I'll tell the referee,
That's
whoever
really
it is, I
good.
said, yeah. I'll tell
Uh
the
huh.
referee, whoever it is, you don't
Uh
know
huh.
who's in this coffin. You don't repeat it. You don't say nothing. We'll put him in a black hood.
Uh-huh.
Behind the scenes, you just stuff him in the coffin, wheel the coffin out, and when the end comes, bang, there goes the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Can
I'm
you
down for that.
imagine how
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
amazing it would be for that young man to get to experience his first pay-per-view being at Wembley?
Woo!
Can you imagine that
Woo!
for
And
him?
they give him the ovation that he deserves because he helped Darby Allin and Sting win the match.
Oh hell
Yes.
yeah. That would be freaking amazing.
Oh my
What?
gosh, I would love that. That would be so great.
Oh
And
yeah,
Uh,
I would be so
especially
happy for him.
yeah,
especially
Oh,
especially at a very young age. Like if
yes. Yeah,
yes,
and he
that would
gets the huge ovation and pop that he deserves from 85,000.
woo! I'm down for that.
gosh, that is wild.
Woo!
I, I,
That would be
I,
so good.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that booking. I just,
Hmm.
it just
That
comes
would
to
be
me, and
great.
I was just like, it would be so much fun. It would be great.
Uh-huh.
It
It
would
would.
have fitting,
Amazing.
what a fitting end to this feud, and
Yeah, just end it and be done with it. That's it.
Um, Mitch Kovsky, thank you so much for the news. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gained 5 new subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, on this stream, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey!
thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm having fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 2 hour stream, but you know something, folks. I'm having fun with these ladies. I can't let these ladies go, ladies and gentlemen. We're just having so much fun. I don't want to put the disco ball away, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let me do that,
Not
ladies and gentlemen.
yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Not
We're
yet.
not
Not
done
yet.
yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're not
We're
done
not
yet.
done
Oh
yet.
Nope.
no, we're
Nope.
not done yet. No, no. All right, so let's talk about this next match, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just the Stadium Stampede match.
That's going to be amazing.
That's gonna
Oh
be
my
chaotic.
God! Let me just tell you who's in this match. Mitch Conti, you popped in at the same time. Orange Cassidy, Mitch, Orange Cassidy.
Oh, I love that dude. Orange Cassidy, that's my guy.
um,
It's Mitch's bestie.
yes, best friends Eddie Kingston, Penta Alcedo Nieto, a mystery partner to take on John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Yuta, Santana and Ortiz, and another mystery partner. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we got mystery partners all over the place.
On
Now,
both sides.
let me just tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. In the past, listen to me carefully. In the past, Tony Khan has cooked up. Listen to me carefully. Tony Khan has cooked up some surprises in some of his matches that are very shocking.
Hmm.
So don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if we get a shock number one on one side and shock number two on the other side in this match.
That
And
would be
I'll tell you
awesome.
this much, ladies and gentlemen, this match is going to be what I call woolly, wild, and all over the place.
I was
Hmm.
waiting for you
This
to say that.
Oh yes, this match will be woolly, wild, and use that as a hashtag, ladies and gentlemen, and trend it worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this match is gonna go up Downing Street. It'll go into a phone booth, a pub, and ladies and gentlemen, maybe somebody's having tea and crumpets will get a shot at the match itself. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, even in the
Pinkies up.
skybox. Pinkies
Pinkies up.
up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a lot of insecurities. There's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be high knee. There's going to be some of that, ladies and gentlemen, and all kinds of things in the match, ladies. All kinds of spots.
And
All
all kinds
kinds
of
of
stew.
all kinds of
There you
stew,
go.
ladies and gentlemen. Maybe, ladies and gentlemen, if they're really bold and daring, a table after they splash from the light tower. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you're gonna get
Right?
all of that in the match, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna get all of that. The KFC chicken and everything else in between, if you will. And they're gonna take all these boys to the Bull of the Woods. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they're gonna take them all to the Bull of the Woods. And
Oh,
anyway, I digress. Oh my God! Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, um,
Christina, let me introduce you to my good friend, Dusty Cole.
Christina, welcome, welcome to the hardcore sports, if you will. Let me just take it to the bull of the woods. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm telling you, you need a black shirt with the yellow
Oh
polka
yeah,
dots on it.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh, this is great.
Oh my gosh, you are getting acclimated all over the place.
Oh,
Oh,
good
Christina,
grief.
Christina, help me now. Who is going to win this match? Who is going to win this stadium stampede?
All I'm gonna say is gonna be freaking chaotic. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be chaotic, and the fact we're getting two mystery partners from both teams, okay, that's gonna add the it factor to like, holy crap, who's gonna win this? But the mystery partners we're gonna see at All In. Now, when it comes to the build up, last night really proved it to where Santana Ortiz really showed their allegiance to the Blackpool Combat Club, and I felt that they betrayed Eddie Kingston so much to where you could see it in his face. I felt
Yep.
so bad for Eddie Kingston because those were his guys. Those
Yep.
were his guys. And the fact that Santana came back after a year of being injured and aligned with Ortiz with the Blackpool Combat Club, that's literally a stab in the heart and in the back simultaneously. And the fact that, now they took Ray Phoenix out, I guess because he can't travel, like you said, Earl, which sucks. But whoever the mystery partner is going to be from both teams, I cannot wait to see what's going to go down. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to put this in existence. John Mox is going to be bleeding again, as he always does in major pay-per-view events, even on Dynamite too. I'm just saying. But we already know it's going to be bloodshed. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be all over the place. But those mystery partners will come in hand to see which team will come out. But I figured the team was going to win. I definitely want to see the best friends with Eddie Kingston and the mystery partner. I'm rooting for that team. Best friends, Orange Cassidy and Eddie Kingston, the mystery partner. I'm rooting for them. They're going to win this match.
How Weezy, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're enjoying the show and everything else. Um, Thank you for your comment and hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you. Um, Sarah, what do you think?
I think, I hate saying this, I think because the Blackpool Combat Club lost against the Elite in
Right.
Yeah.
the Anarchy in the Arena match, I think Blackpool Combat Club is going to win at All In. I want Orange Cassidy, Penta, Best Friends, their mystery, and Eddie Kingston. I want them to win, but I think because BCC lost last time, I think they're going to end up winning this time. I don't want that to happen, but I think that might be the case.
And I'm going to have to agree with that. I'm going to have to go with that. Yep. I'm going to have to go with that. That's good stuff by you, Sarah. That's good.
Sarah?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to agree with your assessment. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The match is gonna be great. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard hitting. No doubt about it. The match is gonna be. It's gonna be wild. I mean, because I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. There is no rules. There's no rules to this match. There's no disqualification. There's no countouts. There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This match can go all over the AEW arena. All over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Concession
Absolutely.
stands of one section 42. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you this much. If you're going to this show, ladies and gentlemen, do not wear white. Because what you come in with, you will not look like that when you leave the arena.
That's right.
You will not look the same after that.
Nope.
You're going to look like Heinz ketchup tomato fight. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Anyway. Tony Khan
That's
came out
very
with this
true.
big giant ketchup bottle, and he stepped on it and squirt the entire 85,000. Anyway, ladies and
Oh hell
Hey,
no, that's
gentlemen,
gonna be messy.
oh my God, thank you. Oh, damn.
wear dark
Oh,
colors. Don't wear light
right,
colors,
Don't wear
people.
exactly.
white. Don't wear light colors. Period. We're all black.
Yeah, just don't wear
Exactly.
light colors. Just wear navy blue, black, darker colors, people. Darker colors.
Yeah, that's gonna
Exactly.
work.
No,
Um,
I think it's going to be, I mean, especially with the last match. Wasn't it the last match where they had the bed of nails?
It was blood and guts.
Yeah,
yes.
that was Blood and Guts. That's where they had the bed of nails, correct?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, I'm pretty sure they had to
Oh,
have clearance and clearance
oh
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, to make sure
So
they was used.
if they did that at Blood and Guts, considering this is a much larger affair,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I think it's a much bigger deal. Not saying Blood and Guts isn't a big deal, but this is like an like astronomic, much bigger deal.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it makes me wonder what kind of tricks do they have up their sleeves for this match?
Oh,
How
absolutely.
crazy is it going to get?
You
Well,
got they.
So
I'm quite sure they sat down with the Athletic Sports Commission of London, and of course all of the dignitaries in London, and of course they all worked out an agreement on how far that they can go. Now,
sure, sure.
Yep.
I know that one thing is I know that there are certain things that they can't get away with, that won't
Right.
be allowed, especially if
Okay.
they're being broadcast on British television. That's
Mm-hmm.
something that they're going to have to curtail to. But I'm not saying
Yep.
that the match is going to be watered down. I'm not saying that. But what I'm
No.
saying is, on the extreme level, you have to turn it up a little bit and then dial it back a little bit. Turn it
Sure.
up a little bit and then dial it back a little bit. You can't use
Of
certain
course.
things,
Of
Exactly.
course.
because they don't want to. They, that
No.
won't be a good conversation after the show's
No.
Oh
over.
no. I'm
Um,
Absolutely
I'm even
not. Yeah,
surprised.
I
I'm even
mean,
surprised they even agreed to the bed of nails when they did a blood and guts. I look at that and I was like, "Am I watching right? That's nails."
and let me tell you something. When Kenny Omega was on that bed of nails, I was doing the show,
I,
ladies and gentlemen, and I says, man, if he took a
that
drink, he's gonna
was
leak. Anyway, ladies and
I was like this. I was like this. I'm like, oh
gentlemen,
god.
yeah,
that looked brutal.
yeah, that
I
was
thought a
that
set of
was.
tax was bad. I thought the bag of tax was bad. Bed of nails
Well,
took the cake on that.
I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say this. This is gonna be even more wild.
It's gonna be
This
even
is
more
gonna be
chaotic than blood
wild.
and guts.
This
It's
is
gonna
gonna be
be more
wild.
chaotic. It's gonna be more chaotic than blood and
This,
guts.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you this much. I think 97% of it, of this match, ladies, 97% of it will be
Mhm.
outside of the floor.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
I
not
completely
this
agree.
is not in the ring. This is
Uh-uh.
just going to be all over the place.
Uh-huh. I agree. It's gonna be all over
Once
the
that
place.
bell rings, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to use everything.
They're gonna use everything under the sun. I swear to God.
All right, let's talk about
Well,
this.
and
Let's.
I'm here for it. I'm excited for
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Me
I'll tell you
too.
something, folks. All of these matches, ladies and gentlemen, every last one of them, as I said before in the beginning of the show, they're going to deliver the goods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh
They're
yeah.
going to deliver the goods.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, 1000%. And ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know that before the stream ends, I'm going to go to the panelists on the panel, and we will give our entertainment level and our final grade for the show and everything. So look for all of that in the stream this Sunday before we close the show. And I'm kind of curious to find out exactly what everybody's thoughts were, what they thought, what they liked, what they didn't like, what they would like to change, and everything else in between. So look for all of that in the show, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be historic. The
Mm-hmm.
whole thing is going to be historic. And that's the only word I can use for the show. It's the only thing. Now
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about this, guys. The 0 hour. It's for the Ring of Honor. The Ring of Honor tag team belts. I think we all are in agreement here. We're going to get a retainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna retain because it would be so. It would be. I would love for MGF and Adam Cole to win the belts, but at a major pay per view event where they're gonna be facing each other, that's gonna be a conflict of interest there as well. So they're gonna put up a wonderful fight, a wonderful match. Would there be some conflict involved? Maybe, but yes, if it was on any other night, oh, I'm all for it. MGF and Adam Cole all the way. If it was on another night or another event, I'm down for it. But since they're gonna be pulling double duty, going for the tag team titles and going against each other, there's gonna be some type of conflict within that match. I can feel it. And yeah, I think we're all in agreement that Aussie Open's gonna retain. And MGF and Adam Cole are gonna duke it out later on in the main event.
Yeah,
Yep.
and like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want this match going no more than maybe about 10, 11 minutes at
I would
most.
I would be pushing for like 15. 15
Yeah,
minutes
okay,
max.
okay. 15 minutes is max. 10 to 15 minutes is good for me. I don't want them to get hurt in the match. I just wanted to get the package over with, get it moving, get it out the way so that this way they can rest up for the main event because they gotta close the show, and close the
Mm-hmm.
show they will.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the AEW World Tag Team belts up for grabs. Did we talk about that already? FTR takes on the Young Bucks.
No, we talked the recap. We were talking about the
Oh,
recap.
yeah, okay. So we didn't talk about the match, ladies and gentlemen. We
No.
talked about the interview segments.
Right.
We
Yep.
did talk about that.
Yes.
We did give you our thoughts on that, ladies and gentlemen. But the match itself is going to be a banger.
Mm-hmm.
This, to me, ladies and gentlemen, could be right up there for the match of the night. And I'm looking forward to it. I am all in for it, no pun intended.
Giving the show is all. It's staying all in. Holy
You're
shit.
right, you're right. Uh, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an investor in this match. I like this match. There's a lot. This match is a pick'em. The match is a pick'em, ladies and gentlemen, because it could swing either way. The pendulum
yeah.
could go this way. The pendulum can go that way. The pendulum can. I mean, it all depends on. As I said before in the recap of the interview segment, it all comes down to a mistake. When one team makes one mistake, it could either cost them the match and the title, or they could retain the title on the mistake. So that's the nail biter here.
Mhm.
That's the kicker here. Um, so let me ask you a question: who is going to win this match, and what do you see happening here?
I think FDR is going to retain. Um, I think FTR is going to retain. I think they deserve to hold the titles longer than they have so far
Right.
with this run with them. So I think FTR is going to retain. Um, I'm hopeful that um, the Young Bucks will be, sportsmanlike and they'll shake hands after the match because I'm fairly certain FTR will because they do in almost every match,
Mhm.
at least that I've watched of them.
Hmm.
Um, but both these teams are just wonderful, and yeah, like I said, I really think FTR is going to hang on to the titles. I don't. I see them retaining. I think it's too soon for them to lose the titles.
Christina, what do you think?
I have to agree with. I'm going to agree with Sarah on this one because given the history between the Young Bucks and FTR, it goes back to the pandemic era, and let me tell you, their history incredible. I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, FTR retaining the tag team championships would be very fitting to them because they want to prove to themselves that they are the best tag team in the world. So do the Young Bucks too. They're a great tag team as well. And I figure with between these two teams, they are going to deliver a banger. They're going to deliver one hell of a match. And I really hope after the match, like Sarah says, they do shake hands, so great sportsmanship. That's what I love. When wrestlers have a match and they show great sportsmanship, that gives me so much respect for them. So for me, it wouldn't be surprising if the Young Bucks would win the tag team titles, but I'm rooting for FTR to retain. So my vote goes to FTR as well.
All right. And I'm going to be on the same wavelength as everyone here. And FTR is going to retain.
Mm-hmm.
FTR is going to retain. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great
It
match. It's going
is.
to be a great. It's going to be a great fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
There's no give and take here with these teams.
Nope.
They are going to give it to you like nobody's business. They'll
Mm-hmm.
be beating the stew, Sarah. They'll be beating the stew out of each other in this match. There's gonna be super kick part. There's gonna be super kick parties all over
Yes.
the place, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes.
There's gonna be shatter machines and all
I
this
was
kind
just
of
gonna
stuff.
say that.
As
This,
as no more exploding sneakers, I think we're good.
Oh
right.
my goodness, that was wild to see that.
Yeah,
Yep.
It
that,
was
yeah,
just, oh my
Yep.
goodness.
yeah. Put Maxwell Smart out of business. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh. If you don't know that, well, go Google it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. I'm so old school, I'm cool. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Decided to be old school. Decided to be old school.
Hey, you know what? It's okay to be old school.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Agree.
Agreed.
Means you age like a fine wine.
Right,
That's
right,
right.
right.
That's right.
That's right. That's
That's
right. And
right.
it tastes sweet every time.
That's
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
right.
ladies and
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. I agree with your assessment.
gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're up to the main event of All In, ladies and gentlemen, and this is for the AEW title. It is MJF taking on Adam Cole. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think in the booking realm that's going to happen here. Referee gets wiped out on the floor. Okay, we have no referee on the floor. We have no referee. Roderick Strong comes out, ladies and gentlemen, and him and his boys come out to play. LC comes out and plays. She wants to play in the dance floor, even though she's not supposed to be there. Okay, we're gonna get some shenanigans in the match, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we're gonna get some shenanigans.
Always.
Um, they're gonna come out and they're going to be a conflict of interest.
Uh-huh.
Do I help? Do I help my friend, that's supposed to be my friend, win this title, or do I cost him the match and
Mm.
MJF gonna retain?
Oh snap.
Roderick Strong is gonna turn on Adam Cole,
I was just gonna say I could see him being petty like that.
Oh,
and he is
absolutely.
going to cost Adam Cole the title.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The three men will beat the crap out of Cole. MJF sees this opportunity. He finishes off Cole with a diamond ring shot to the face. Referee comes to. He sees none of the outside interference, and MJF retains the title. And Adam Cole looks on the ramp. He sees Roderick Strong did what he did, and we're going to get Roderick Strong, Adam Cole at All Out.
Oof.
That's not too shabby.
That could actually happen. But
Could
also,
happen.
but
It could happen.
also,
Good.
it could. But also, what if the referee's out and Roderick Strong and the Kingdom come out to attack Adam Cole? What if um MJF sees this, tries to save Adam Cole, and then Adam Cole and MJF try to give it to the Kingdom, and then Adam Cole sees Roderick Strong, confronts him about it, and then Roderick Strong, I think, gets him with a low blow or something like that, and MJF sees that, and that's when he gets the opportunity. I don't know if he's gonna use a diamond ring. He could or could not, but he sees the opportunity and takes advantage and pins Adam Cole to retain the championship. So in a way, Roderick Strong could definitely cost Adam Cole the match. But also, you gotta think, Adam Cole has a way of betraying people before. So what if
Yep.
Roderick Strong and the Kingdom does come out, actually helps Adam Cole, then Adam Cole beats MJF and becomes new AEW World Champion. A lot of scenarios can play out. You don't know what's just gonna happen though. That's just it.
So I'm just gonna say this, and I'll let Sarah um, give her thoughts. Um, there's so many ways that you can play with this booking. It really is not funny.
No, it's not.
Especially the ending. You really could play with it any cool kind of way here. You swing that pendulum any old kind of way you want.
And you gotta think when they were
Now,
teamed together as the blind eliminator tournament situation, they couldn't stand the hell of each other. And yet they had this blossoming bromance that literally was just like, wait a minute. This is really some good stuff right here. And I'm thinking, you would think Adam Cole and MJF would never get along. And to see this developing bromance going on, you're like, oh my God, I really like where this is going. So for it to culminate and end at All In is going to be hard for all of us to watch. We know it's going to happen, but hopefully we'll get a definitive winner, even though it's going to be a lot of shenanigans going on, but we will get a definitive winner when it comes to the match. So that's what I'm looking for.
Sarah, what do you think?
I don't
I'm
know.
really hoping. Oh, sorry, Christina. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. Who do I think? God, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. That's just the problem. It's hard. Because I really like this. I really like where their thing is going, but
Come on, Christina. Who's gonna win this match? Come on, come on. Anyway,
oh god,
Crazy.
I don't know who's gonna win. It could go either way.
you're
But
part of my booking team. So, come on, Christina. You gotta tell me who's gonna win this match. I gotta call this in Gorilla. What's going on? Anyway, um,
oh god, if I had to choose,
boom.
God, this is hard. Okay,
Uh,
if I had to choose,
mm,
I would like to see. I can't believe I'm saying this. I would like to see NJF still be champion until the ending of the year. So I'm gonna go with NJF in this one. I'm gonna go with
okay,
it.
Sarah, what do you think?
I think MJF is gonna keep the title. He's gonna retain. I can't see them taking the title off of him anytime soon. Although I would love for Adam Cole to get it. I think, but I think that MJF is keeping that title for a while yet.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna agree with everyone. MJF retains. MJF retains the title, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, the devil horn, you know. But also, I'll say this much, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'll say this much.
I
This
guess we're
man,
all devil worshippers,
yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of piston in this engine, ladies and gentlemen.
right?
I also gotta think he says he's our scumbag, so I don't know what's gonna
Oh my
happen.
god!
I'll tell you. I'll like I said before. I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say this again. The match is gonna be a banger.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have
Oh
two
yeah.
candidates here. Two candidates for match of the day. This match and the Young Bucks match.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And either one is gonna start vying for the other one. So
Oh my god, yeah.
and I know the
Crazy.
red hot crowd will be invested in all of these matches, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
All of these matches are going to be invested in them. But, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours and 45 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We're done with this. We're done with this show, if you will.
Dusty Cole, everybody. Dusty
Yes, yes,
Cole.
ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. I think there are two more matches added. I forgot. I think there are two more
Uh,
matches, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Let me
really?
see.
I think it's Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. That's gonna be
Oh
Yes.
fabulous.
yes, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that match. Oh, thank you so
Womp
much, Christine.
womp. We
And it,
almost
Oh,
forgot.
and then there's also one more with the Golden Elite with Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Kota
oh, yes,
Ibushi.
that's
Yep.
right. So we're not done,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, we're not done. We have two more matches left, ladies and gentlemen.
False
Yes.
alarm, everyone. False
False alarm,
alarm.
Yeah.
everyone. The disco ball has to be put back up on the
Psych.
ceiling. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Bring more beer out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Anyway.
I don't know if we need any more of that,
No,
but
no, I don't
okay.
know. I don't know. What do you think, Tony? Can you buy us a round? How about that? Anyway,
Or how about some
uh,
ice cream bars?
so, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this match for a second. Will Ospreay will take on Chris Jericho. The match is going to be great. Don Callis, ladies and gentlemen, is a worm.
He's a weasel.
He's a
He is a
snake.
weasel.
He's a
Yes,
He
snake.
looks like
he's
a
Mr. Wizard of
weasel.
Oz with those glitter shoes, ladies and gentlemen.
Every time, I don't know who gets more heat more, Dominic Mysterio or Don Callis, because they're both of them neck and neck when it comes to getting heat.
Yeah, and
I don't
I am
know.
quite sure that 85,000 people are going to boo the crap out of Mr. Callis when he
Oh,
comes
that
on
is
the
without
set.
question. Ugh.
Um, Ladies
See
and gentlemen,
now,
he
when
might.
you said that, that makes me. I wish Stone Cold was still around because then he could say, "Do you hear that? That's 85,000 people calling you an asshole."
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
I would
gosh!
die
And then
That
he
would be
laughing.
stuns
so
Callis,
funny.
and then he stuns Callis right in the
That
middle
would
of
be
the and
awesome.
pours
I'm
beer all over. Oh
Oh,
my God! What a moment!
oh
What a night
oh
at all in, ladies and
I
so
can
gentlemen.
see it
cool.
I can visually see that. I would literally just be screaming at the TV happily.
But it makes me think of that. Like all, in a big event like that, because for a long time Stone Cold, he was constantly saying that to
Yeah,
anybody he was feuding
yeah,
with. He was saying
yeah.
that to Vince
Yep.
McMahon.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just think that that would just be really funny.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And you can hear the late Gorilla Monsoon say, "This place has gone bananas." Yes, 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 ladies and
How
gentlemen.
how wonderful would that be?
Yes,
Oh
Oh,
my
yes.
god.
that would be freaking fantastic. Hey.
So
Jeez.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Jericho and Will Ospreay. As I said before the match is going, I'm going to save my predictions, and I'm going to go to Sarah first. Sarah, who is winning this match?
Oh man. So, 'cause I've been thinking about this one. And on one hand, it could be Will Ospreay because he got the jump on Jericho the other week or last week, not just yesterday, but last Wednesday.
Mhm.
But then on the other hand, it could, Jericho could win too because now he's a baby face. So he's kind of leaning more in that direction. Um, but and then you've got to also take into consideration that Will Ospreay is from England. So
Mhm.
kind of like the same situation with Soraya, he's in front of his like hometown or home country crowd.
Yeah.
So do you really want to make him look bad in front of, in his hometown, in his home, his home country. So um but I do think that Will Ospreay is going to win. I think that Chris Jericho will put him over, just because that's pretty much what Jericho's been doing with the younger talent. He's been, he's getting to the end of his career, so he's been putting over the younger generation. So I do think Will Ospreay will get this.
All right, Christina, what do you think?
looking back into this situation between Chris Jericho and Will Ospreay, I mean, when Chris Jericho first agreed to say he wants to join the Don Callis family, whatnot, and that picture, I hate that fucking picture. Part of my language with Will Ospreay carrying Chris Jericho's head. I knew from the beginning that Don Callis is a snake. He will always be a snake. After what he did to
Yep.
Kenny Omega, nah. Never liked him, can't stand him for crap. So let me go back to what I was saying before. But you also got to think, Chris Jericho got Sammy Guevara in his corner. Even though the JAS is no longer no mas,
Oh yeah.
you got Sammy Guevara in his corner as well. But also with Will Ospreay, he resorted to cheating when he beat Kenny Omega at Forbidden Door. Didn't forget about that. The match was a
Yep.
freaking banger. I just didn't like the ending. And yes, that does come into play that Will Ospreay is in his home country. However, Chris Jericho is also looking for revenge and retribution as well for what happened to him between Don Callis and Will Ospreay as well. And you also got Sammy Guevara in his corner, so that could play a factor. Actually, having Sammy Guevara in Chris Jericho's corner, and you know the Snake is going to be in Will Ospreay's corner, so it could
Oh
go
yeah.
either way. But regards to who's going to win the match, yes, Will Ospreay is in his home country and he could cheat to win. But I also feel like Chris Jericho is out to prove himself that he still got it in him, even though he's at towards the ending of his career. So for me, I would want to see Chris Jericho win the match. That's my prediction on that.
And I am going to predict the same thing. Chris Jericho will win this match. And I think he's going to beat Mr. Austin. I think the match is going to be fantastic. And you know something? I'll tell you this much. That segment with Don Callis took that picture and he smashed Jericho over the head with it. It
Ugh.
reminded me of Madison Square Garden and Wendy Richter. If you all remember that little thing, Wendy Richter and Cyndi Lauper and the late Dick Clark were in the ring, and they smashed that picture over Captain Louis Albano.
Oh,
Oh yes, in Madison Square
Oh,
Garden. That's what it reminded me
Captain
of.
Lou.
that went way back.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes.
Rewound it all the way back to the 80s.
Yup.
Yes. Yes. Who remembers that? Yes. Yes.
That went a time machine way back. Woo!
Yeah, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Back in time.
Also, didn't they, Earl, didn't the announcers last night, didn't they say that Will Ospreay's contract with New Japan is coming
Yes, he did
Yes,
say that.
close?
yes,
He did
So
say
yes,
that. He
I
he
did
think,
say
did.
that.
honestly, I don't think it really matters who wins this match because if Will Ospreay, let's just say this, okay, if Will Ospreay ends up coming to AEW, it's not going to matter who wins because they could keep this feud going,
Right.
which would be awesome because
Mm-hmm.
I love Will Ospreay. Like I said last night, it just I don't like seeing him as a bad guy because he's just wonderful, and it
Right.
just really makes me sad that he's a heel right now. It makes me sad,
He
but I
plays
get
good.
it.
He's a good heel. I
Oh
really
my
never
gosh,
really
he
cared.
looks evil with some
I
of his
never
facial expressions.
I
He
never
looks
really cared for
scary.
him, and I never really paid mind to Will Ospreay. But his match with Kenny Omega from Forbidden Door, whoa, that
That
match was
was wild.
fire. That was fire. I hated the ending, but the whole
Yep.
match was
Yeah.
fire.
He's really good.
Mhm.
Really good. So do you think that might play a factor, Earl? If he
Um, like I said before, in wrestling, anything is possible.
Anything can
You,
happen.
anything is
that would
possible.
make me
Yeah,
so happy.
I know. It's just, and anything and anything is possible. I mean, they could be behind the scenes, and Tony Khan comes up to him and says, "Listen, before you sign with Ring of Honor, why don't you work with us
Yeah.
and give us,
Gosh,
make
that would be
give him
so
an all elite
awesome.
contract."
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Um,
so
I would
awesome.
be awesome. I wouldn't mind him having it, having him on the
Heck
roster.
no. You could see him more than just the occasional pay per view.
Right.
Yeah, you see him like on a weekly basis or whatnot.
Yeah.
Right. On a collision. Oh, I can see that.
Oh,
Yeah.
on Dynamite.
On Dynamite, you see him in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know. So he's good with both of those shows. And if he wants to float, if he gets the contract and he wants to float between two shows, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll see
I
what
think he would fit
happens.
into either or.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have an issue with it either.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I concur.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Kowski again has informed me that I have gained another subscriber, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey!
and thank you very much.
Yay!
Thank you, and everyone is enjoying the streams on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank you all so much because these ladies are absolutely a delight with a capital T, and I am
Aw.
having a lot of fun with them because
Thank you, Earl.
Thank you
you
so
will so
much.
much. You both of you are very special to me, and I love working with our chemistry is great. And of course, every time you beamed on this mothership, we give you a good time. And Christina again, yeah, and Christina again, congratulations on joining the Hardcore Sports family. On
Thank
behalf of
you.
myself and Mitch and everyone that's associated with the Hardcore Sports, we love to have you aboard. Mitch and I talked behind the scenes today, and I told him that you were coming on my show, and I said I will offer the extended offer to her, and I will surprise her with it, and I think that you deserve it, Christina, because you've
Oh,
been
thank
on my
you.
show in the past, and you've always helped me. You take a time out of your busy schedule. I know everybody has busy lives. You have work, you have family, and everything else, but you take the
Yeah.
time and you slice it out and you
Thank
try to
you.
do the best you can to be with you. And again, I greatly appreciate it. And
Thank you so much.
thank you so much. You are a delight. And thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're up to this final match, ladies and gentlemen. It is Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the match is going to be a banger. You know, they were a tandem back in New Japan. I think they were called the Golden Lovers.
Golden Lovers?
Wow.
Dang.
I think so. If I remember correctly,
I think that's what I've heard them
yeah, I think if I
referred.
remember correctly, that's what they were called back in New Japan days, the Golden Lovers.
Yep.
And this is going to be great. I can't wait to see this match unfold. I think Omega's going to win the match. I don't see
Yeah.
anything. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
anything differently happening here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a receipt owed to them, and Heyman Adam Page and everybody's using dispatches. They're gonna give it to him. The
Yep.
match is gonna be great. The match is gonna be
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be hard hitting. It's gonna be compelling. It's gonna be everything that you wanted and more, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna have the meat, the potatoes, the stew, the gravy, the nuance, the everything that you want, ladies and gentlemen. Everything in the yellow pages of wrestling, it's in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, everything, and so much more, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna go to Christina. Christina first. Oh, who is winning this match?
Oh, between Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Hangman Adam Page against the Bullet Club Gold, which is consists of Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Konosuke Takesha. I had high hopes for
Hey,
Konosuke
girl,
Takesha.
don't you dare talk about me like that. I'm not
Okay,
crazy. I'm just
I'm talking about
wild.
you. That's all I want. God,
Anyway,
every
Oh
time I
my
look at
God.
Juice Robinson,
Christina,
God.
that was awesome. That was so awesome.
Anyway, let me go back to my prediction who's gonna win. Because if I talk about this man one more time, I'm gonna puke. Okay,
uh,
alrighty. My thing when it comes to Bullet Club Gold, I'm not really feeling them because Jay White, I've heard of him before. He's just not my cup of tea. Neither is Juice Robinson. Ugh, I can't stand them too. Juice Robinson more. I can't stand him. But Konosuke Takesha, him allying with Don Callis, that broke my heart because I had high hopes for him.
Yeah.
I love that dude so much, and the way he aligned himself with Don Callis broke my heart. And I can't. I can't. He just broke my heart. Anyway, but Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Hangman Adam Page, I cannot wait to I cannot wait to see what's gonna go down with the 6-man tag. But I feel like they're gonna deliver a banger. I cannot wait to see what's gonna go down. Who I want to win? I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Hangman Adam Page. Golden Elite is gonna win, and they're gonna put down Bullet Club Gold and Konosuke Takeshita. So I'm going with the Golden Elite. They're gonna
All
win.
right. Sarah, what do you think?
I concur. I think the Golden Elite have it. Like you said, Earl, they're owed a receipt. So I really think it's going to be Kenny Omega, especially after that beatdown they did on when to Kenny Omega when he was doing that interview with Jr.
Oh my
I
god,
think
yes, I
that
remember that.
I think that kind of lit a fire under Kenny Omega's butt.
Oh,
So I think that really is a motivator for him to want revenge
absolutely.
against Bullet Club Gold for that. So
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Juice Robinson reminds me of the puppet in the Muppets called the Animal. I don't know if you ever seen that, ladies and gentlemen. And he just went
Yes. Oh my
yep,
god.
phenomena,
right.
phenomena. Yeah.
Just
Anyway,
see,
anyway, ladies and
just seeing him like, what in the
gentlemen.
world?
Anyway, ladies and
What is he
gentlemen.
on my TV screen? Get off, man.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen.
Just looking at him.
Anyway, ladies and
Oh my god. If I was to ever run into him, I'd be like, I'm out. Goodbye.
anyway, ladies. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't breathe.
Oh my
gosh,
God.
that was awesome. Earl, that was amazing.
Oh my God. Anyway.
I'm so glad I'm on the show.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Welcome aboard the mother.
I am so glad I'm on the show right
Oh
now.
my God. Oh my God. You'll never forget this night. Anyway, ladies and
Nope,
gentlemen.
nope, you won't. No. Oh my goodness gracious.
And I'll
That
tell you
was
this much,
awesome.
ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to watch yourself on this show and see what I did to you on this show, you can watch the encore presentation of this show anytime on my YouTube channel.
I think I'm gonna do that after the
Oh,
show's over.
it's so funny.
Or you can go on you can go on Twitter and watch the encore presentation. Either way, you are welcome to come on this mothership and watch the encore. Because I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, every time this show ends, ladies and gentlemen, I do rewind and watch my show myself, if you will, and see how entertaining I was with the guests, if you will, and how did I interact with them, if you will. And I adjust accordingly, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Oh my God. Woo, man.
Oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah, that'll wake you up, ladies and gentlemen, if you
Oh yeah.
will. If it didn't, I'll take you to the Bull of the Woods. That's what that Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
God.
Oh man! Oh, just you wait, Sarah. Just you wait till Sunday morning. Oh boy!
Oh my God.
Oh boy! I must have like yes.
It's gonna be so awesome.
Oh my God!
It's gonna be awesome.
This is gonna be this was a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen,
That was so much fun.
let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. After 3 hours and 7 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the longest wrestling experience show of all time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a big announcement that I have to make before we go. On Thursday, mark this date down on your calendar, ladies and gentlemen. On Thursday, September the 28th, ladies and gentlemen, the Wrestling Experience celebrates its 100th episode. Ladies and gentlemen, this show gets its 100th episode, ladies and gentlemen. And on that date, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have a full of panelists. First of all, Christina, you're invited.
Yay!
Sarah is invited. DJ Storms will be on the show as well. We are all
Oh,
going to come together that night, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to partay on the
oh my
100th
God.
episode of the Wrestling Experience.
That's gonna be
And,
fun.
and ladies and gentlemen, this show has survived haters, technology, and everything else in between. Ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
I was a tiny tadpole, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm up to almost 400 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Heck
Nice.
yeah.
And this past Monday night, ladies and gentlemen, I'm up to 700 views on the Raw watch along, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
My
That's what I'm talking
resume
about.
speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. And I have some great people behind me, and I cannot wait to say thank you to each and every one of them because I can't do this without you. You make me the way I am because you make me feel the way I feel. And ladies and gentlemen, you make me feel special inside because I work with great content creators and people. So ladies and gentlemen, on September 12th, we're going to have fun that night. You're going to get beaten on the mothership. You're going to laugh. You're going to rejoice. You're going to rewind. We're going to rewind, ladies and gentlemen, the entire show. And I'm going to give you some trivia. We're going to have trivia that night. We're going to talk about the wrestling experience. What was your favorite moment of the show? So, ladies and
Woo!
gentlemen, if you want to do your homework before the 28th of September, I suggest you go back on my show and rewind. Ladies and gentlemen, rewind. Watch the entire episode. I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, the toughest episode I've ever done on this show was the Raw watch along when I had to announce the death of Jeffrey Turner. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, ladies and gentlemen. It was not something I did not want to do. And I'm sure if Jeffrey was still alive, ladies and gentlemen, he would be proud of me knowing that I made it to 100 episodes. And I'm going to dedicate that telecast to him. And I'm sure he's looking down at me and he's very proud of what I have accomplished so far. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, I'll say it again. I will be back in cyberspace tomorrow night with Orange Cassidy's best friend, Mr. Mitch Kosky. Miss
Besties.
Mitch Kosky and I will bring you the SmackDown watch along, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you tune in for
Mhm.
that because it's a Friday night. It's great. So grab your favorite pizza, grab your favorite beverage, and join us on the internet, ladies and gentlemen, because Mitch Kofsky is going to be beamed on the mothership, ladies and gentlemen. This Earthling will help me watch Friday Night SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I will return to the cyberspace on Sunday at 11:40 a.m. for All In. And we're going to have fun with that. So, on behalf of myself, on behalf of the Hardcore Sports family, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoyed the wrestling experience. Christina, we will be in touch with you on your availability, and Mitch will contact you. He will contact you about your availability, and you give him the dates you're available. You can always join me on the Raw Watch Along if you want to. If
Mm-hmm.
we have Friday Night SmackDown, we have Collision. So whatever availability you got, if you're free, just say, "Hey, Mitch, I want to do this show with Earl. I don't mind, and we'll get it. We'll get it popping."
Yes, sir.
And,
You got it. I'll be
all
able to give you
right,
all a heads up.
all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and of course Christina and of course Sarah, I'm Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. I hope you have a great Friday and also have a great weekend too. And ladies and gentlemen, do something nice for someone because rewards always come back in spades. So for everyone here at the Hardcore Sports, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Friday Night SmackDown.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW now watching The Experience, the wrestling experience. Now with your host, Earl Cole.